Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the watch-along. Manchester United versus Spurs. A huge game. I'm joined by Ronaldo Brown. We were talking before we got you on. You said, what's happening with the Spurs game?
Very Skip Bayless of you, that.
Yeah.
Undisputed, by the way he banged the table.
He does like banging on the table.
Fist all right.
You asked me about the Spurs game. Because what is it? What is it with you and Spurs? What's
what
going
is
on?
it? Because I found the Ange project very interesting from day dot. So I feel like I've watched them quite closely for the most part. So I was like, you know what, Joe? Like, what's going on for the Spurs game?
Yeah.
And you were like,
let's do this.
Let's do this then. Come on.
Talk
to us about it.
We're going to have Dave Pritt in Stat Corner as well very shortly. We've got all sorts coming up. But the team is already out. So before we get into anything else, before we start talking about the Spurs Ange project, what Man United are doing, how crucial this game is, let's just get into the starting 11s. And let's start with Manchester United. We've got Onana in goal. We've got a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Evans, Varane, and we've got Dalot, I'm assuming at left back, because we've never seen Wan-Bissaka at right back. We've then got...
You've never seen Wan-Bissaka at right back?
At left back, sorry. Then we can see there, we've got McTominay, Mainu and Fernandes. I don't think that's right because McTominay isn't starting, so we'll change that one. That isn't meant to be McTominay. We've actually got a midfield of Eriksen, Mainu and Bruno Fernandes with a front three of Højlund, Garnacho and Rashford. So we're going to, I'm assuming, based on the last few weeks rather than the first few weeks of the season, it's Garnacho on the right, Rashford on the left and Højlund down the middle. I believe this is the team that both me and Jay predicted for our predicted 11s in the preview, isn't it? Ethan or Ollie? Is it the same as the predicted 11s in the preview?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So maybe one that we could have chosen. Maybe slightly obvious one. A couple of interesting points as well. On the bench, Lisandro Martinez back and Casemiro back on the bench as well. What do you make of that starting 11 before we get into, who's returning and who isn't?
I think it was a very predictable starting 11.
Yeah.
It was pretty much the one that I predicted, apart from Eriksen being in there for McTominay, because I thought he would have gone for McTominay again.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I would have wanted that, definitely not, but I just assumed it would be pretty much that team. But other than that, I'm fairly happy. I think Garnacho's made the right wing his own of late. He's looked a lot more dynamic, forward thinking. There's a little bit more like energy, and there's a bit more kind of excitement to the attack when he's playing on the right as opposed to Anthony. And hopefully Højlund obviously had a difficult game last game.
Yep.
I'm hoping that he gets a couple of chances, high line, the expansive way that Tottenham play, and I'm hoping that he can get a couple goals and get some confidence back, because I think he's starting to lose that. But as for the starting 11, I'm happy with it, and it's nice to see a couple of the lads on the bench.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I know this is going to sound really bad. I was thinking, where's Amrabat? I've not seen him in ages. And then I just went on Twitter and someone tweeted, Amrabat left for AFCON and no one cared. Crying laughing faces. And I've just checked, and he's gone to the African Cup of Nations with Morocco, obviously.
Yeah.
I'd honestly, this is harsh, forgotten about that. Like, because there's been so much talk about Onana.
It was just Onana, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's because he's coming back to the Cameroon
People
squad.
People even initially were trying to wonder if it was if Ahmad was going. I got slightly distracted by the handbags over there.
Yeah.
But I remember people initially even was thinking, all right, it's Onana.
Yeah.
And then is Amad Diallo going with
Yeah.
Ivory Coast? And
Ivory
obviously
Coast.
he wasn't.
Yeah.
And no one seemed to think about whether Amrabat was going to go to Morocco.
I guess
We were
it was
one of the
slightly
favourites.
more obvious, like he starts for them when he's fit, but I didn't see any mention of like how will United do without him, or any talk or questions about him going or anything like that. I've just not seen any of that. And obviously he has gone, so he's not on the bench.
It's a little bit of an indictment on him, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Mm.
Just obviously not to just focus on Amrabat too much, but while we're here, what do you make of that loan so far? What we've seen from him? Do you think he's slightly unlucky in that he's only really played when the team's been completely battered with injuries, or do you think in those environments you've got to do more to sort of push yourself into the first team when everyone's back?
I think he's underwhelmed, but
Yeah.
as it is with United, anyone that we do sign, we're hoping that they are somewhat revolutionary and they completely change things.
Yeah.
I think the position that he's had to play in a six as a single pivot, and the whole framework of the way it's happened and the lack of synergy in the team, I think he's been up against it anyway from day one.
Yeah.
And he's always had a difficult and he's shouldered a lot of responsibility, and probably more than his ability can. But I feel like if there was a little bit better, the team was playing better, we probably would have seen more out of him. But as for now, I think he's underwhelmed slightly, and probably that's why everyone's not even kind of reacted to the fact that he's gone away to AFCON. But I'm hoping that maybe the second half of the season is a little better, because I know that he didn't exactly have much of a pre-season as well.
That's true.
But I think he can do a job, but I don't see it becoming permanent, and I think we were expecting a little bit more.
Yeah. In terms of the starting 11 then, do you think that starting 11 is good enough to win this game? And do you think that the likes of Casemiro and Martinez in particular, I still think in terms of the front line, Pellistri and Antony the only options as sort of attackers, but Martinez, Casemiro coming back, maybe coming in for the second half if we need him. Hopefully you're not going to be bringing a centre back on, but it would be nice to see those players come back. How much of a difference do you think they can make today and then obviously going forward?
I'm not sure. I'm quite underwhelmed by the bench, apart from the likes of Martinez and Casemiro, but they are two very defensive players, and they kind of add to the solidity of the team. I think one of the major concerns about United right now is is where the goals are coming from.
Yeah.
So, and then when you look at the bench from attacking option wide, you've got McTominay, Pellistri, Antony. It doesn't really strike fear in the hearts of Tottenham, does it? Especially United, if it's not going well and it's 70 minutes, we don't really have the firepower to kind of change things.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of my concerns. But you've got Martinez and Casemiro, who obviously add defensive quality and solidity in that way. But I'm more looking at the attackers and thinking, no one's going to change the game there.
No. We'll just as a sort of separate note, Jim Ratcliffe's been speaking to the press today, basically in the last few minutes for the first time since sort of his stake in Manchester United. So we've got a few different quotes from him. One is talking about, this is from David Ornstein, talking about Ineos's investment and expecting it to be sort of officially confirmed by early to mid-Feb, saying that we hope they don't find anything dodgy on our CV. He also says, I've done a few exciting things, but this caps it all. Talking about how, investments he's made in the past and his career sort of to date. I've done some exciting things, but there's no doubt this caps it all. What do you make of that? Is it interesting just to see him even at Old Trafford, in the press room, doing these sorts of things that I suppose we saw the Glazers do it a little bit when they first took over, but we're not used to this as United fans, are we? Having an owner that is sort of public facing.
Present actually there.
Yeah.
It's good. Obviously, I think we know he's always been quite a big fan of United. I think a lot of the stuff he's saying the right things, and it's good to actually see him now at Old Trafford. But I'm very much a person that think I want to see actions. I know it's all well and good seeing him and being optimistic, but because we've been so almost deterred so much by how the Glazers have been over the last 15 years, and we're so desperate for positive changes, I'm not just going to get too excited about him just making an appearance at Old Trafford. I want to see what the actual fruits of his labour are after 6 months, 12 months, maybe 18.
He said, it's my first match for me since we got here. I'm very excited to be here. Big match. We normally do well against Spurs, even dropping a little dig in there, which I like. He said, I can't come to Old Trafford all the time because I've got some other things, but I will come. I mean, he's a billionaire, isn't he? Billionaires don't always have 4 hours on a weekend to sort of get to watch and get home from a game.
I thought when you become a billionaire, it's almost like...
But he's not like...
Everything becomes so
delegated. I know, it's weird though,
that you don't have that much to do, actually.
Maybe not, but...
A lot of things to oversee, but not so much to do.
He's got... Maybe that's the point, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe he's got a bit of that. He's got Nice, though. He's got Team Sky. He's got Ineos. I saw for the first time ever yesterday, I was in Morrison's, and they've got Ineos liquid washing detergent now. Have you ever noticed that? Dave Pritt's here, by the way. I can see you nodding straight away, Dave. You've seen the Ineos washing detergent.
Hand sanitizer. They've made a lot of money in
Have
that.
They?
Yeah.
I mean, it's chemicals at the end of the day, isn't it? It's just chemicals, whether that be whatever he does or making washing detergent. I mean, it's the only one I'm buying from now on, I can tell you that much. Because in my head, the more Ineos washing detergent I buy, the more leaks we can fix in the roof at Old Trafford. It's directly from us.
You're basically
funding transfers.
Funding.
Yeah. If I wash 250 million dishes a year, we can buy Mbappe in the summer. That's how I see it working. How are you, Dave? How are you doing?
All good, thanks, mate.
Are you excited for the game?
Yeah, I am. I think it's one of these games where we need to win, and I think this is the right time to do it. new owners come in.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's weird, isn't it, though, Tottenham, like, I know they're better, I know things are different, I know they're above us, they're challenging, but they're still
Spursy.
They're still Spurs. Like, they're fifth, they're doing well, they won 4 of the last 5, but they're not. You still feel like you can beat them, don't you? Do you feel that today?
Yeah, always with Spurs. They're a funny one. They always seem to do well against, will have good results against certain teams, but I don't think anyone goes against Spurs and thinks, oh, they're going to batter us today. I think everyone goes, we've got a chance here.
Yeah.
In a way, though, when with Spurs, like sometimes you can underestimate them. Because even though they've always been very an expansive team, I feel like Tottenham have always been a team that have played pretty good football and been exciting. They always seem to have a little bit of a soft centre, and if you actually build up a little bit of head of steam and you're basically on top of them in the game, you can run away with an easy victory. I think one of our best performances last season came in this same fixture.
Yeah, I agree.
United Tottenham at Old Trafford.
Is it 2-0 won it, but we absolutely dominated them.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is with this Spurs team, I think it's when they actually are on it, on song, and are playing well, they are very difficult to deal with.
Well, you say on song there, but what they won't be today is on Son.
Yeah.
Because he's at the Asia Cup. Right, pun of the day, easily, so far at least. How much of a difference do you think that makes? Because
it does.
Makes
a huge difference. Yeah. Because he's not just their best goal threat and their best finisher. He's also become a little bit of a creator this season. He's showed a little bit of the gap that Harry Kane's also left, and he's had quite a few assists. You will see.
Yeah, 5 assists in the league so
goals.
far.
Yeah, he's done pretty well. You don't lose a player like Heung-min Son and don't feel it. And I think I've watched him one game since he's left, and they do look like they've got a little bit of a spark going forward missing. But that's to be expected. Heung-min Son's world class, and that's going to be a big miss for him.
Yeah. People asking in the comments, was Ratcliffe talking to the media today? By the look of it, all the pictures I'm seeing are him sort of stood up chatting. So I don't know if it was like that's just how he does press conferences, but I don't think this was a press conference. I think he sort of went into the media bit and had a quick chat with the press.
And asked him questions.
It was like a quick 2 or 3 question thing. I don't think it was like an interview or a sort of a press conference as such. I think it was just him chatting to some press for a couple of minutes. Because all the quotes, from what I can see, there's sort of 3 or 4 quotes here. There doesn't seem to be a lot, and he stood up in every single picture, which suggests to me he sort of came in, had a quick chat. What do you make of Ratcliffe and Ineos? And are you optimistic? Can you see the benefits, or are you just thinking the Glazers are still here? What's the point?
Yeah, I'm quite happy the fact we've got him. When it was between him and the Qataris, I know Qatar had a lot of money, but for me, I wanted Radcliffe just for the fact of Dave Brailsford.
Yeah,
I've watched cycling for years, always been a fan of it, and what Brailsford had done to that sport, just the track sport and then the road sport, which is completely 2 different sports, and dominated. And just whatever he's done, he's made better. And I think the fact that just he's at United now will just be better for it.
You think? I didn't know you were into cycling. Do you go watch it in that sometimes?
Yeah, I've been to watch the Tour de France. Yeah.
Have you? Yeah. Where? Did you go when it came through Leeds? That don't count.
Tour de France on it.
No, I'm not having it. Yorkshire leg of the Tour de France. Nonsense. I'm just thinking about this when he's talking about I hope they don't find anything dodgy on our CV. What about the fact that they literally own another football club that United could play against in Europe? Does that not? Why is that all right? I don't get it. I thought that wasn't allowed.
Is it the multi club?
The multiverse.
Multi club rule.
But there used to be a thing
you're on poor form today, Joe.
You can't have 2. That wasn't even a pun. That was just what's the word? Word association.
Yeah.
But it was always the case that you're not allowed to own 2 clubs that can play against each other. That was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Nice and United can play against each other quite in any number of European competitions.
I'm not sure how it works though.
Is it not? Radcliffe owns one, and then Ineos owns one.
Well, Ineos is the investor in United, and I think are the investor in Nice as well. I don't know. If anyone in the comments knows why all of a sudden you can just own as many football clubs who can play against each other as they want, without, because there was rumours.
Because that was the argument
a year ago that they might have to sell Nice and all that.
That was the argument against Qatar as well, because he's saying obviously they have a hand in PSG.
Yeah.
It was like, is there a conflict of interest there as well? So I'm not sure how it works.
Yeah, and Red Bull, another one obviously, who clearly own at least 3 different clubs. I think New York can't play against Leipzig or Salzburg, but they're still, and City own
in a club,
Girona and City and all that. I don't know. Anyway,
and it's Strasbourg and Chelsea.
Yes, exactly. Puppy Parade says Casemiro is the biggest goal threat on the bench. That's not ideal. Thanks for all the great content, guys. I mean, statistically, he's right.
Yeah.
I think Casemiro is still our 4th highest scorer this season, which is mad.
That was the biggest shot that I found from Casemiro since he's come. Like he's probably our biggest goal threat from set pieces.
Definitely.
Since he's been here.
Yeah.
And that's an element of his game I didn't know he had. But the fact that he's still up there as one of our top scorers.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. I think we went a few games without scoring. Rashford, Højlund and Garnacho aren't exactly the best finishers. Bruno's goal return has dried up as opposed to when he first arrived. I think he's started to play a little bit more deeper. He's been asked to do different things.
Yeah.
And you just look through the team and there actually isn't that many goals, and that's what I said earlier, because I'm worried about the bench as well. There's not much firepower on there.
No. One thing I need to talk to Dave about, obviously, we used to do the what's it called?
Academy review. There you go.
It's been so long that I forgot. I was thinking it's not called Scout Report. It's not called Youth Review. Academy Review. Sorry about that. And a player that even when United were winning the FA Youth Cup, what was it, 18 months ago or so now, even when Garnacho was stealing the headlines, a player that you spoke about almost every week where you possibly could was Kobbie Mainoo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You've watched him and thought he was excellent since he was about 14, haven't you?
It was just obvious when you watch football who the best player on the pitch is. You know, you had Garnacho, especially in the Youth Cup, who was doing amazing things. Like I think the goal he scored against, I think it was Everton, when he picked it up on the edge of his own box, went all the way and scored. Brilliant finish, and he rightly got the headlines, but the guy who made everything click was Mainoo, and he was just, I think he was 16 at the maybe 15, 16 at the time, and he just ran that midfield, and everything he did was unbelievable. And yeah, it's been proven, like you just knew when you're watching him, couple years, you know, a bit of maturity, he'll just fit into that team no problem, and he's done that.
Do you think that, was he doing the same thing then, like this sort of slowing the game, not slowing the game down as in like, oh fucking hell, we've lost a chance to counter-attack, but not looking pressured, never rushing? I think like he's got this composure about him that you don't expect from what is essentially a child.
He probably had more confidence when he was in the under-18s and maybe tried riskier stuff. I mean, to be fair, he still does that. When I can't remember who he played, where he put that ball through to Garnacho and stuff like that. He was doing that more often when he was in the 18s, but listen, he's got a lot of strings to his bow, and I think we'll see a lot more from him.
Yeah. Has he been at United always? He's from Stockport, isn't he? Because it almost makes me think, is there not a City link there with him?
No, I don't think. I think he's been since he was 9 or something. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure when he first joined, but he's been there a long time.
It's good though, that, isn't it, when you see someone who you've seen playing, obviously, like you watching the academy and seeing him as literally a kid, and now he's 18 years old, looking as composed as he does, looking as good as he does. Ronaldo, Mainoo, how good do you think he is, and how good do you think he can be? Do you think when Casemiro comes back, how will that affect him? What do you see as the next sort of step or two for Kobbie Mainoo?
I think he's top. I think he's top. I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's got everything. And he actually showed me a little bit more recovery pace than I think he had when he ran back on that counter against Wigan. I think he's one of our better players on the ball technically already, and he's 18. His composure, he never looks overawed, and I think another thing that's might go a little bit unnoticed, but for someone so young, he shows a lot of experience in terms of his awareness. Yeah, his defensive awareness. He picks up great positions out of possession. He seems like he's always switched on, and to come into a United team at that age, with the type of the way that our system is, and playing that single pivot as a 6, and show that and take on the amount of responsibility he has, and being that good defensively. I've even seen him take up the kind of Casemiro positions where he's getting his head on things and he's getting his foot on things in open play crosses, and that's what's really impressed me. Because it's all well and good as having it in your legs and your feet and all that talent, but he has quite a bit up there, and that's what's quite promising about him.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it, when you see someone his age and that positioning that, no offence to Scott McTominay or even Fred, like you can't really teach it, and if you can teach it, you might as well just pick someone who's already got it. Like, you see players go through their whole career and they're always being caught out of position. They're never picking the ball up off the defence. They're never, like you said, blocking crosses, intercepting, recovering the ball from passes and all that. And Villa nearly scored there. And Mainoo's got that already at 18. And that, maybe it's the sort of thing that it stays as it is from when you're 18, but if he develops even more of that, you can just imagine him being the sort of player that is going to be an absolute nightmare to play against. For even if he stays as good as he is for the next 5 or 6 years, I can't imagine him not being at least in the squad. And do you know what I mean? And if he improves, he's one of the first names on the team sheet.
Exactly.
Surely.
I think he's working towards being that, and you're hoping that he definitely does improve, and he should. But especially when the team hopefully gets better, things become a little bit more easier for him.
As Everton score, sorry to interrupt you there.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that he can learn a lot from the likes of Casemiro. And I think the sky's the limit for Kobe Mainoo, honestly. Yeah. But I hope that there's not a lot of pressure too soon, and we don't burn him out.
What do you think he needs next to him in terms of if you're making a midfield? Let's say, do you think an Eriksen type who's much more sort of gifted in terms of passing? Do you think a Casemiro who's even more robust and physical and defensive? What works? I think
he should be an 8. I think we need like more of like a Rice Rodri type pillar in the number 6.
Right. And
I think Kobe Mainoo's future should be as an 8, where he can do a bit of both. Because I think he's got too much talent and he's got a little bit too much guile on the ball, to not utilise that further up the pitch too, rather than just limiting him to someone that's kind of dictating the play.
See, in my head, I almost see him as more of a Carrick, where yes, he's got a bit of passing ability and all that, but you put him in front of the defence so you can play through him and you make him that pillar, more sort of Rodri Carrick style.
I wouldn't say so, because even though his position is really good, I don't think he still quite has the kind of running power and legs to cover all them distances. When we see the best 6s now, but I also think I see a lot of his game actually translating better to up forward, further in the final third, and not just being restricted to dictating the play. I think sometimes someone with his composure and his almost like relaxed nature on the ball and that kind of like deftness, that could be useful further up the pitch. Yeah, and you can, because also as good as that can be in your own third as building up, sometimes you can get caught out. Yeah, when you are like that, and we saw that against West Ham. Yeah,
when they scored from giving the ball. We've got obviously loads of people in the chat. Get your thoughts in, get your chats in. So Slick Vic said, so good to see Casemiro and Leacher back. Come on United, up the paddock. Artie Duster Cat says, I really do love the Manchester United manager. It makes me so happy. I do hope they lose today. Interesting. One of the more bizarre comments we've ever had there. Talking about managers, Postecoglou's just been everyone's mate, new best mate.
Everyone's mate. Yeah.
Everyone loves him. Everyone thinks he's great. What do you make of Tottenham? What do you make of him? I'll go through their lineup while you're chatting, or I'll get their lineup up while you're chatting, should I say?
Tottenham were definitely one of the most impressive teams in the first third of the season. They got struck by quite a lot of injuries. I think it's us and them really, and probably Newcastle that have been the most affected by injuries, maybe Sheffield United as well. And they've actually done well to kind of steady the ship after kind of capitulating a little bit when those injuries did come about, and they've steadied themselves. But I think what's helped is the fact that no one's really like completely dominating the league this year. Yeah, it feels like anyone can get a result against anyone. It feels very I don't know if the level has gone up from the rest of the league. I think there might have been a little bit of a stagnation between the top teams, and I think the lower teams have gone up. It feels like every game can go either way, basically.
And if you look, I mean, Liverpool have only lost one, but no one in the team has. I mean, everyone in the league has dropped points in at least 7 games. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, we saw this similar time last season, and we've seen it in the past where City and Liverpool have sort of, you played 20, won 15, drawn 2, lost 3. Like, at this point, no one, like I said, no one's dropped points in less than 7 games.
Because it looks to me like
in any given game, you've got a chance of getting something.
It looks to me the type of season where you can win a league with like low 80 points, maybe. Yeah, that's how competitive it is.
Well, that would make sense, doesn't it? Because we've played 20 games, and Liverpool, who are at the top, have got 45 points. So if you cut that to 19, the maximum they could have would be 82.
84.
Double that. 42. So you double that. 82. 84. So someone's going to have a very good end to the season for it to be a 90s sort of points tally again. How does that reflect on Tottenham then? Because obviously they were top after 10 games.
So I'm saying that's probably what's helped him stay in and around it. Okay. Even though because they had a bit of a run of form where they were 6 games where they were struggling once Maddison and Van der Ven got injured. Yeah. But I think they've steadied it recently well. I've not quite seen what their team is, but I know they've signed a couple of new players.
Well, I'll go through the team now. So we've got Vicario, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, and Udogie. Højbjerg, Bentancur, Skip, and then it's Johnson, Richarlison and Werner, I guess, as a front three. But their back five, almost back to full strength now. Romero, Van der Ven back in there, Udogie back in as well. I know he was injured a little bit ago. But then the front six is a bit more hit and miss, isn't it?
No Kulusevski from?
Yeah, no Kulusevski. Obviously, no Heung-min Son. You got Johnson in there, who's up and coming still. You got Werner, who I think obviously this is his first game since he signed up. There you go. We can see the Tottenham side there. What do you make of that side? Does that worry you? Their defence, Van der Ven being back. You're a big fan of him, aren't you?
I'm a big fan of Van der Ven. I think he's top. But I'm looking at that team and I'm thinking it looks a little bit more. Not as expansive as they usually got. They've got Højbjerg. They've got a midfield three of Højbjerg, Bentancur and Skip. Yeah. Usually at least one of them is more of a 10 kind of role, like a Maddison or a Lo Celso. So they've gone a little bit more reserved. I don't know if that's kind of respect being given from Ange. Ange. And I think the fact that they've got no Kulusevski is absolutely huge because he's been really, really impressive from this season. And he's always a player that kind of worries me. Yeah. So, but I'm looking at that. He's still got a lot of pace on the wings with Werner and Johnson. Richarlison's very hit and miss up front, but on his day he can cause you quite a lot of problems. But I still look at that and think if United perform decently well, we can get a result.
Yeah, I mean, no Kulusevski, obviously you can't sit on there, but not even in the entire squad Kulusevski. Have you seen much of Tottenham so far this season, Dave? What do you make of them? Do you see them as this sort of revitalised team that are heading towards challenging for titles, or do you see, the sort of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, new manager after a tyrannical regime, and everyone's just playing with a bit more joy, or somewhere in the middle?
I think what you just said there is probably spot on. I mean, the fact that they've got a manager in, like you said, everyone likes him, and that if everyone's liking him, the players are liking him, so they're going to be playing, enjoying themselves. I don't think a lot of them have. I mean, I know if you look at someone like Kane going to Bayern Munich, the way he's playing now with freedom and just banging goals in, he knew if he stayed at Tottenham, well, maybe he didn't know under Ange, but he knew that if he stayed there, he'd just be the same old. So the fact that he's come in, I think, they're just playing with a bit more joy, and I think it's the best thing. When we had it with Solskjaer, it was the best football we've had since Fergie, really, and it was probably the most enjoyable. But I think time will tell with these. It could carry on, but it's hard to say because we don't really know much about him.
No, it's weird, isn't it? Where he's obviously a sort of a likeable bloke, quite charismatic. Press conference wise, really entertaining. Seems like a decent guy. However, his CV is one where you look at it, and the thing I always think with the CV is it doesn't win you games, but what it can do is prevent those slides, those real at times you need something to go, right, everyone just chill out a sec. I've won this. You can trust me. Let's try again. But I think Solskjaer had it in that third season when Ronaldo turns up and you got Varane in there and you got Sancho and people who are like, we want to win the big trophies. What evidence do we have that you can do that? Do you think they'll get to a point with Postecoglou where you go, I get it, you've done well in Australia and a couple of trophies with Celtic, but what proof do we have that you can get us out of the shit here? Do you think that could make him come unstuck, or do you think he's got the talent? They're going to start winning?
No, you're right. He's obviously got to prove himself, but it doesn't mean that he can't, obviously. But I don't know. I look at it and people are drawing a lot of comparisons with Ten Hag and Ange as well, because obviously they were playing a very pretty, very pleasing style of football, very expansive, very fun to watch, and you could see that there was a very obvious style going on in a very short time when they were winning games, and everyone's using that as kind of a bit of an indictment on Ten Hag and us, how long he's been here, and we're not really seeing that type of style of play or something very obvious. But I'm not sure though, because I feel like Tottenham's DNA is just they're not really winners, are they?
No.
And then you've got a manager that is relatively unproven, because it's not like Tottenham have never played good football. They've always played good football. Yeah. They've always been quite fun to watch. They've always had decent players as well. Yeah. So whether he's the man that can kind of instill that winning mentality there and actually make a little bit more of a serious team and get them over the hump and get them over the line remains to be seen. And I'm sure that'll be proven in time.
Yeah, a lot of Tottenham fans on there, if you look on their Twitter, the replies, they're not hugely fond of that midfield that they've got today.
Yeah, Skip. I know they're not a big fan of Skip.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that many players injured still. Obviously, there's no Sarr.
No, so looking at the bench as
Basuma.
well, so you can see there Forster, Austin, Dorrington, Emerson Royal has obviously played a lot of games for him.
AFCON or is he?
I don't know if he is actually. Dragusin, Donnelly, Santiago and Gill. It's a bench that is not packed full of big names.
Who even is Santiago? Never heard of him before.
I actually don't know who that is.
Can we find out who that is? And where is Basuma? Is Basuma injured or is he at AFCON? Because I think him and Sarr could have been AFCON, but I think Sarr's injured.
Basuma is... Let's have a look.
Is he Mali?
Yeah, it's Mali. He was born in the Ivory Coast, interestingly. Basuma AFCON.
Yeah, just want to find that out.
Yeah, I think he's playing in the AFCON.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes, so that's where he is. Yago Santiago is a Spanish footballer with one of the shortest Wikipedia pages I've ever seen for a professional footballer. He's 20 years old. And honestly, I can pretty much read the whole thing. He's a Spanish footballer who plays for Tottenham. He's a midfielder. He's from Vigo. He attended the school El Colegio San Jose de Cluny. He began playing football academy at Arosa SC as a 5-year-old. He stayed with Arosa for a number of years with his childhood before joining Celta Vigo. He joined Tottenham
in 2019.
So obviously he was a kid, but he was 16.
Probably an academy buy, weren't he?
He's not played for Tottenham yet. So this could be his first game.
He was an academy buy, and I feel like he's going to score today, isn't he?
It's an interesting age, that though, isn't it? He's at an age where you sort of think maybe they don't rate him too highly, if you know what I mean. I know that's slightly harsh.
Yeah. Usually when you get to it, I don't know. You never know really. I don't
know
too much about him.
Play for their team before they're 20 if they're going to be top players.
Harry Kane didn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Usually, that's what I'm saying.
Nah,
usually.
but. Do you know what? I'm just concerned that we're going to bash him saying who's this Santiago kid because they haven't really got much on the bench. That's the likes of Dorrington, Austin, Donnelly.
Yeah.
And then one of them's going to come on and score. So that's why I just don't want to jinx that because I think it'd be very, very...
It's definitely possible
it's
that
very
they come
possible,
on and score. Just looking at the Premier League table then, because the Aston Villa versus Everton game has just ended 0-0. So that gives Tottenham, I would say, a very good... sort of impetus for this game. Incentive, Tottenham, Liverpool at the top with 45 points. Then we've got City on 43. Villa, who have played a game more, also on 43 in third. Then you've got Arsenal on 40. Tottenham on 39 in fifth. Then it's West Ham with 34. Brighton with 31. Chelsea with 31, but they played a game more than us. And us, of course, as well, 31 points with a -5 goal difference. The same goal difference as Brentford, worse goal difference than Everton. It's a slightly astonishing start, really, when you look at the goal difference. If we lose today, we go 11 points behind Tottenham, and they go into the top 4. If we win, we go 5 points behind them. We can't lose today.
We can't lose.
11 points off 4.
We can't lose, and I'm looking at a Tottenham team without Son, without Kulusevski, without Basuma, Sarr. Still no Maddison. Yeah. If there's a time to get a result against a Spurs side that usually struggles at Old Trafford and a team that's meant to be quite self-centered, it's today. Yeah. And I think if we lose today, it's not looking good.
Yeah. 11. If we were to lose today, Dave, we go 11 points behind Tottenham. They go into 4th place. So basically 11 points from the top 4. And in between us would be Arsenal, who were 9 points behind as well, and they'd have played a game less than us. How important is it that we win?
I think massively. I don't think at all we'll get in the top 4 at all.
Do you not?
But I do think we have to, especially with the new ownership and the money that's been invested. I think we have to get into the Europa or the Europa League conference. I think some sort of European football next season we have to do. And I think it might be a decent thing doing that, because if we start improving a bit of players and stuff, if we win one of them trophies, I know it's not the Champions League, but it's still something that, like last time we won it, 2017, it was a big boost, and I think if we get one of them and try and win it, I think it'd be a good asset for us.
It's mad, isn't
it? Can I ask you a question though, Joe?
Yeah.
What is it with this game week? Why has this game week been split over 2 weeks?
I don't know.
Is it
because the Carabao Cup semi-final? I think it must be the Carabao.
Very strange. You've got a game week, but you've got some teams playing this weekend.
Yeah.
Some teams playing this weekend.
I think it's because who is it? winter break as well. So everyone's getting a 2-week break. That's probably the real reason, not the Carabao.
Okay.
So everyone gets 2 weeks off. So United from now, we don't have a game for 2 weeks, do we?
And the next game is
the FA Cup
Newport against Eastleigh. You're looking forward to that?
Yeah, I am looking forward to that. We better fucking
Everyone,
win.
I love them kind of games. It's away as well.
Yeah, we've not had a game like that in years, you know.
I did the one in Yeovil a few years ago.
Yeah.
I think we had no roof, 5 rows of seats, and it was brilliant.
Was it good?
Yeah.
We won, didn't we?
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez's best game for United.
Oof. Fucking hell, that's
It's
saying
the-
something,
it's
isn't
the
it?
mighty
Against
Yeovil.
League One was it League
League
One at the
Two.
time or League Two?
Yeovil, they might have the worst kit in history as well.
Was it green and
yellow
green and yellow?
stripes.
Like Norwich.
Nah, it's not. It's worse than Norwich.
Is it? Let's have a look.
The kit's change over time, but I'm like back in it. Oh, is it?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the state
It's
of
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
That is absolutely horrendous. That this is their 2015-16 kit. I'm just going to show it on my camera.
That's
Come
enough
my
to
single
put you
there,
off.
please. That's enough to put you off life. Look at the state of that. That is absolutely vile, isn't it? They've changed it slightly now. I think it's more green, but that is a diabolical little kit. That.
That's enough to put you off being transferred there.
Yeah, it is. I'm not playing. I cannot play in that kit. I can't be doing with it. So yeah, this is also a big game because now we've got basically 3 weeks off in the Premier League and come back again in February. This is our last Premier League game of January. There's a lot of things sort of ride on this momentum, the training. Hopefully, United will add a couple of players between now and the next game as well. You would assume Luke Shaw's going to be back. You assume Sandro Martinez is going to be back. Obviously, he's back in the squad. Do you see us adding anyone to this team?
Nope. I very much doubt we actually do sign anyone, but I don't know, this club can surprise you. I think with the ownership issue as well, and who sanctions deals, who's going to be the director, I think that kind of can get in the way of it as well. But if United were to do it, it'd probably be a panic buy in the last couple of days of the window. Yeah. But I don't really see much happening for us in Jan.
It seems to be a striker that we're looking at, doesn't it? Martial isn't on the bench again. Shit. Just chucking stuff about everywhere. Martial ain't on the bench again. Ten Hag came out and said he's not fit enough. Did you see that? That he needs to get fit. And it wasn't like, oh, he's not fit because he's been injured. It was like he just can't run 100 metres without, shit in his pants. That's worrying, isn't it?
That is a concern.
Like, I'll get the quote up, but surely he's gone. Did you see as well there was rumours that his agent went to Turkey but couldn't sort it out, so just came back? Like, they were trying to get him a deal, but can't get him a deal. Like, he's not been in the matchday squad for 3 weeks. What is happening? He's our only other striker after Rasmus Højlund.
I think Christmas might have been a bit heavy.
It can't be. You can't do that. You're a fucking professional footballer. Christmas doesn't exist until you're 38 and you're fully retired. There is no Christmas. There is no night out. There is no blow off. You're just done. You just eat chicken and water and then you party when you're 37. That's it. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, that, innit? But come on. He can't be not fit. He's been a professional footballer since he was 17. If you're not fit when you're 27 years old, you've given up, haven't you? You can't be arsed.
He's given up, isn't he?
Yes.
He's not arsed. I think you can tell like we do. I think Martial's not going to miss football once he retires.
No.
He just even the one time that I did meet when he first come, he just always had that kind of persona. Some people are naturally laid back and chilled, but he's like he's basically so laid back. He's basically horizontal. But I don't know, man. Him not being available when in such an important part of the season where you've got a young striker that's coming with a lot of expectation and he's not quite fired and he's struggling with confidence, and we're going to need all the attacking options we can. We're a team that very much struggles to score goals. Him not being able to be relied upon just for basic stuff like keeping fit and being available, best availability, Martial's never heard of it.
No. He's never been available. Ten Hag is speaking now to the press. Can we get some quotes and stuff from that on social and sent over this way as well, so we
feels
can
like he can only
read them out?
Feels like he can only wear a turtleneck if he's bald, doesn't it?
I like a turtleneck.
The Beatles pulled it off.
Oh, the Beatles, yeah, famously. The Beatles loved a turtleneck, didn't they? I've got
before my time, that.
Yeah, it was before my time. How old do you think I am? 60 years old.
I don't know.
The Beatles split up in 1969. Was it 1970? One of the two. 50 years.
69.
Was
They
69?
released an album in 70, but they split up in 69.
Yeah. Is it Let It Be?
69, yeah?
Yeah. Favourite year?
Not for me.
Yeah. You prefer 9, don't you?
Yeah, one way.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, Martial. You've never, well, I don't say you've never been a fan of him. It's been a while since you've truly loved Anthony Martial, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever loved him.
Have you not?
It's been moments where I've loved what he's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Ronnie said, he's laid back, and then he's just Anthony Martial.
Yeah.
And you got to remember that our probably best period that I've ever seen was like when we won in 2008, 2009 round there, where we had like people like Rooney and Tevez who were up front, who would just run after everything and win every ball. And you look at him and you just don't think that he's going to win you the ball and get into the box. You just think it's dreadful really watching him play football, and the talent there for him. He should be doing way much better. He could be scoring for any team in the Premier League really if he put his mind to it. But I just think it's all, he just can't be asked.
Yeah, I don't, like you said, I don't see a lot of, some players when they retire, you see him doing the Masters circuit, you see him playing beach football, you see him playing five-a-side. Like, there's always footage and clips and pictures of certain players like playing football, doing stuff all the time. Like, you see a lot of the, like, those like Legends games and all that. Seedorf crops up all the time. He just clearly loves playing football.
Even R9, he's still
even R9. You see him
he's still big,
about.
but he still goes.
Yeah, he's doing these sort of like these little things that every few weeks or whatever. I don't imagine we'll see an Anthony Martial playing at any Legends game. The day he retires is the last time he kicks a football.
He might surprise us and become the greatest manager of all time.
I hadn't even considered that. Do you know something? I had not even considered that he could become a manager. Can you imagine that? Can you genuinely imagine him being a manager?
No.
So
I can't.
It might surprise us.
At all.
I can't, but I reckon he can come out and surprise you.
I
What's weird about
I hope he
Martial
does.
is that he comes, the way he comes across. There's one thing he did on Sky Sports once. I think we spoke about it. You might not remember it. He did one thing where, like, do you have the little football daily-ish?
Yeah,
like
little shows and jokes and
Q&As and that. And it was like the most personality I've seen from him the whole time he's ever been here. And he actually come across quite funny.
Really?
Almost a bit goofy, like very goofy.
Huh.
And sometimes you feel like that is... Because I have a theory anyway. I always scroll through Twitter daily, and at least 4 or 5 times I'm pissing myself in laughter at stuff that people say on Twitter and that. And I'm thinking, surely there can't be this many funny people. And I've always wondered, these people that are really, really funny on Twitter, and you see all these funny tweets and people like making good jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I always wonder, actually, are they that funny in person?
Probably
Or is it a place where they feel like they can be more outwardly joking?
And some people aren't good at coming up with it in the moment, but when they've got time to construct it and think about it and ruminate on it, then they can come up with an absolute banger. So maybe Martial, in an interview on the pitch, you don't see the best of him. But when he's got a week to sort of train and to show footage and to
I feel like Martial's the type of bloke where, like, you look at him and then if he had a burner account, we'd be doing funny tweets all over the shop.
I think it's going on the jungle or something, just so we can get to see what he's really like.
Yeah, that'd be good actually. Yeah, I'm a celebrity. He just won't turn up, would he? He got injured doing the skydiving, and he has to go straight home, unfortunately. Ten Hag was talking about his team selection before the game. He said they play with a high line, and we have seen the qualities from Christian Eriksen against Villa, what he can do for the team to see the pass and give the pass. He said it's good that players are returning, talking about Casemiro and Martinez. And we also hope to have had Luke Shaw today, but he dropped out at the last minute. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. No matter who's coming in, we have to win. Said it could be an exciting game, so we have to defend well to avoid conceding chances. But I think when we do attacking transitions well in our possession game, we can take some joy from it. Luke Shaw there, by the sounds of it, hopefully doesn't mean like he dropped out because something happened. Hopefully it just means he wasn't quite as ready as we thought and he's still on that trajectory. That sounds to me like that's what he's saying there.
I think there's been a lot of that with the 2-week winter break that you've mentioned, where if some players are a bit 50-50, the managers are opting to not play them because they have that little 2-week rest coming after.
Get them fully fit before they come back.
Fit.
Just on Tottenham, how they play, is there a case to be made? Because obviously it's very high line. It's almost sort of kamikaze at times. We saw against Chelsea the epitome of you've got 9 men and you are stood on the halfway line when they've got the ball on the edge of this centre circle and they were still holding that line on the halfway line. Chelsea could have scored 6 or 7 in that game. Is there an argument to be made that United are almost perfectly suited to this kind of opposition?
I thought that.
Rashford, on his day, is one of the best in the world against this type of team.
I thought the same with Villa. I thought Garnacho, Rashford, Højlund, high line, you're thinking threat.
Yeah.
But it's also the intelligence of timing the runs and then finishing when you get the opportunity, which are the other two elements of it. And that might be where the struggle lies. And Tottenham, like Aston Villa, are they're very well drilled. It's not just like, we're very high and just running behind and see what happens.
Yeah.
They're very well drilled, and it's all about timing runs. And people don't realise it. Obviously, it is very risky, but when they squeeze the pitch like that, when a team squeezes the pitch like that, and the line's so high, and they're catching you offside every couple of possessions, it can really disrupt a team's rhythm. Do you know what I mean? You know, like you never get like a control of the game in the final third. Your team will never get pinned back. There's other like intricate elements to it than just being, we play a high line. It also stops the team really getting much territory in your final third because your line's that high anyway. And it also kind of disrupts you in terms of every time teams almost become very anxious to play the killer pass.
Yeah, hurry up, get it over. Look at the high line. Look at the high line.
So there's a lot to it, and I think that's what Tottenham do.
Yeah, they are obviously good at it, and it's not. I know it's not just a case of stand on the halfway line and let's hope we win the game. I think certain things like
that H2O never came, did it?
Oh yeah, that water never did arrive, did it?
Yeah.
Interesting. A glass of water for the host wouldn't be a bad idea. Thank you, everyone. We saw against Arsenal last season the 3-1 at Old Trafford. Eriksen in particular, not just playing the balls in behind like he did for one of the goals, but he was the one who got played in behind for the third goal. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Bruno played Eriksen in behind. We then saw Eriksen square it to Rashford for the third goal. Eriksen is crucial for this sort of game, I think. And you compare a sort of a holding base of Eriksen and Mainu, their ability on the ball. I know Mainu's been caught before, but he's much more composed on the ball. He's much better at finding space when there isn't much space. If McTominay was playing next to him in that midfield, I'd be a lot more concerned about us turning over possession, being unable to find the lines through the defence, through their defence. Do you like United's lineup in terms of its ability to do the things you talked about there? Do you think that this is a good setup, compared to McTominay or whatever? Do you think this works?
My only concern is it's probably less so with the fact that Tottenham are kind of they're a little bit thin in terms of in central midfield. They don't have the same amounts of quality that they usually have when they've got like Sarr, Basuma and Maddison and in there. I still think you do need a little bit of defensive solidity there because they are very, very central, kind of centric. Is a one way to put it in the way that they play. Obviously, they invert the full-backs in. Yeah. You get Porro and Udogie taking up positions in midfield. That's the areas that they do like to play through and look to attack in. And they also have a lot of third-man runs coming from midfield as well, from all different directions. Yeah. You might even find Porro popping up in a box, Udogie in the box. The deep-lying midfielder might end up in the box, running in behind. And you need a lot of defensive awareness and a lot of defensive rigidity in the central part of the park against Tottenham. And I don't know if there's that much of that in the midfield three of Mainu, Eriksen and Bruno. But what you do have is a lot of on-the-ball ability in that trio that might have the quality to kind of break the lines and break through the high line of Tottenham. Yeah.
Do you think Casemiro coming on could bring a little bit of that if we have to? If let's say after 40 minutes
if he's fit.
We're not controlling the game at all?
If he's fit.
Yeah.
If he's fit, then yeah. But I think our bench looks primed for we nick a 1-0 and we're trying to see the game out with 20 minutes to go. That's what our bench looks like. And then you bring on the likes of Martinez and Casemiro. I just feel like we don't have the bench to chase a game.
Yeah, that is my concern as well. I mean, I guess Anthony has had some decent games, but when you look at his time at United, you're looking at a handful of decent games, really, aren't you? And that is a bit of an issue. I'm going to say a bit of an issue. It's a massive issue.
What's your thing on Anthony, though? Are you jury out, or you just think it's...
I think it's close to being...
Because Jay's gone, innit?
I think Jay's gone. I think Jay just doesn't rate him. But I still think that there's a chance that I think he does enough good things that if he did a few more good things, overall he would be a valuable part of the team. I think defensively he's very helpful. I think tactically, positionally he's very helpful. But I just think on the ball his decision making isn't good enough. And you've got to look like you can score. You've got to look like you're going to find your man in the box. He just doesn't do it at all, does it?
It's the price as well.
Yeah.
It's the price which obviously isn't his fault. But it's the knock-on effect from that because it also like inflates the winger market, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
It's made obviously wingers a lot more expensive across the board. I think teams now could just go into every negotiation and be like, my winger's 70 million. They're like, what? Why? And he said, well, I think my winger's better than Anthony, and he went for 85 million.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot of that. But I don't know. Anthony's not shown me much promise to like become something else because I think this is always what he was, even in Ajax.
Yeah.
In an Ajax team, I think his game probably never translated that well to the Premier League. So I don't know. In my opinion, for me, I think the jury's out.
Yeah. Cade Holmes says Dave Brailsford is effing Mr. Slugworth from Wonka. He does look a little bit like. Have you ever seen Willy Wonka?
Yeah, watch Willy Wonka.
Do you remember Slugworth?
I don't remember Slugworth though.
He was like, there you go, that's him. You see it?
Yeah, I see it. But I also see what's his name? I watched it. Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, a bit of him there as
Got
well.
a little Bryan Cranston to it.
I think it's a little bit of a glitch in the Matrix though. For like, if you bald, people just think you resemble any other bald person.
Yeah, it's an easy sort of group, isn't it? If you got a round face and you're bald, people are giving you like the Phil Mitchell and all that.
Yeah.
And if you've got a longer face and you're bald, you're getting your Slugworth.
Or Dermot Gallagher.
Yeah. You're Dermot Gallagher's. Yeah, he's almost the longest of faces, isn't he? We've got 5 minutes till kick-off then. Get your score predictions in the comments and in the chat. Let us know what the score's going to be. Who's scoring for Man United? What will the final score be as well? Are we going to win this game? United have to win if we're going to... Well, I say have to win if we're going to get top 4. It's still possible, but we're going to be 11 points behind 4th if we don't win today. And when you consider we're more than halfway through the season...
Looking at the teams now and looking at...
I'll
be very disappointed if we don't get a result.
But when you say get a result, are you saying draw?
At least draw.
Win?
At least draw.
Give me a score prediction. Come on, let's get into it. Get yours in the comments, or we'll come to them. And you, Dave, in a minute. What's going through your mind now? What's fizzing? What's igniting the synapses as we speak?
1-1.
Oh. Who scores?
Who scores? I'm going to go for... I think Werner and... I think Rashford probably scores today.
Yeah. I like that. Werner on his debut. I'm in a weird position where I think we will score 1, and I think Tottenham. When I imagine what's going to happen, I imagine Tottenham scoring 2, but I don't think we're going to lose 2-1. I think we're going to win somehow.
3-2.
I don't know how. No, because I think we're only going to score 1, and I think they're going to score 2. But I'm not predicting a 2-1. I'm predicting a 2-1 to us.
The thing is with Tottenham is they don't have some of their better attacking players playing, but they have a very, very distinct style of play where they generally do always create chances.
Yeah, I know.
So like it just depends if they have the same level of ruthlessness and quality when those chances come, but they will have chances. And so I said 1-1 because I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, and I think if we win this game, we're gonna have to score multiple goals. Yeah,
I agree. I'll get to some of the comments and then I'll get to you in a second, Dave. Red UK says 1-0. Rusnoy says 3-1 Spurs. Dan C says 2-0 Spurs. Tactics Gaming says 4-2 Spurs. Ikechi says, I did a simulation on FIFA 24 and we win 4-0. So there you go. Fabi1 says Evans. I don't know if that's just, we're just winning 6-0, 7-0. As we see Sir Jim Ratcliffe sat next to Sir Alex Ferguson.
So he was labelled there by Sky
What was
Sports. Prospective United part owner.
Oh, there you go. Prospective part
Cover
owner.
all your bases.
Yeah.
FC Sky Sports.
Exactly. Danny Talks United says 4-3 basketball game. Acorn Electron says 3-2 Bruno, Hoyland and Evans. Ibn Zaman says 1-1. And then Ibn Zaman straight after says 2-1. So it's sort of a counting it out process here. Deezer says Hoylong to score. I think it may be Hoyland. I don't know if Hoylong. I don't know if that's even a person.
Could be a pun.
Hoylong. No. Nicky says 1-0 Man United. Garnacho late goal. Dipesh says Jesus is real if we win from 2-1 down. See, maybe that's what my prediction is. We'll be 2-1 down and we'll win 3-2, but I can't imagine it. Dave, what are you saying?
I think we have to win it, so I'm going to say 2-1 to us. I think they'll score first. Probably a Dallo mistake.
Oh, shut up!
But you know what he'll do? Because he's been quite good scoring recently. I think He'll go then, get the equaliser.
Yeah.
And then
make up for it.
80th minute, McTominay comes on.
Oh, here he is.
Scores the winner. And it's just a perfect game.
Popped it in the back of the net, hasn't he, McTominay? Drip says, we'll go down first for sure. Great. Hugh Grant says, missed my chat, Joe. And I have missed it. Apologies for that. It was only 3 minutes ago, though, so give me a break. I'm going to mess it. Hugh Grant, who's been around for 23 months, says, have to win today, lads. 2-1 United, up the Paddock. Omar Fedai says, 2-2, Garnacho 2 goals. And Dwight Brady says 3-0, Son gets a hat-trick. And because Heung-min Son isn't playing...
That means 0-0.
No, that means his son is actually playing for United.
Thank you.
So, Dwight Brady, who do we think his son can be? Thank you very much.
Ian.
Right, get out. Get out. You can't be saying that. Garrett Johnson, 3-1 United. Rashi Hattie!
Rashi Hattie, yeah?
Yeah, Rashi Hattie.
Sounds like a breakfast.
Oh, that water's lovely. The best thing about winter, the only thing I like about winter, is that the water from the tap is fucking right cold. It's the only thing I enjoy about winter. Do you like anything about winter?
No, mate. I don't do cold very well.
No.
But I feel like I'm a bit of a fucking moaner because I don't do cold very well, but I hate when it's really hot as well.
I agree.
I like middle ground somewhere.
Yeah. The thing I like about summer isn't the heat, it's the light. It's the fact that it is daylight from 4:30 in the morning till 10 p.m. at night. That's what I like. 30 degrees makes me too hot.
Vitamin
but
C,
just give me light. What do you think, Ben?
I prefer it like now. I'm got a bit like a chest infection and stuff, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. Worth it for what? What do you get in return? Look at you. Coffee.
Feels like it's night all the time, so you can.
Why is that good?
Because it's like fun, innit? And you go out with a drink, and it's just when the sun's out, I'm like, oh.
It's good for pubs, but it's bad for the sesh, I think. I much prefer to start my drinking at 7 p.m. The sun is out. It's still warm. Fuck me, I'm getting excited here. A lovely crisp lager.
I find comments out so funny.
What?
Free gold. It's like...
Free gold just says I drink tap water. Yeah, because we drink tap water as well. Do you know what I mean?
It's just
in some places, though,
just a funny comment.
Everyone drinks bottled water, don't they? So, got to be lucky. I mean, this is nothing to do with Man United. My girlfriend, right? She's obsessed with this idea that she always gets like a bad stomach whenever she has water in a different country, and I'm just drinking the tap water fine. We went to Denmark, and she's like, I'm not drinking the tap water, I'll get ill. And I googled it, and it's considered the best quality tap water in the world. And just some people just refuse to drink tap water.
It's like the in Buxton, the actual Buxton tap. People refuse to have that, and it's like
fuck off! They're literally selling that. Buxton water that you get in the shop is just tap water from Buxton. It's the same shit. Oh my word. Lick off. Oh, bloody hell. No, Lil Cuff.
Lip off.
Not licking anything. Says minus 29 Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius here. You know it's cold when all of a sudden Fahrenheit is smaller or bigger, but the number itself is smaller. Wait, what? They've almost crossed over, is what I'm trying to say. 29 and 34 there. That's what it's like.
Where's that? Where is that?
It must. I'm saying near Kansas in America. Do you see the Chiefs?
Oh yeah,
game
the Chiefs
last
game.
night?
Yeah.
Was minus 20.
I've been in minus 19.
Have you?
Yeah,
Not in England.
No, Kazakhstan went over there. It was freezing.
Fucking hell. The coldest I've ever experienced is minus 10 in England. That's when I was at college. I remember I almost slipped off a bridge. It was bad. It was fully iced, and I was like sliding toward the edge, and like my top half of my body went over the side.
Saved yourself like
yeah,
that.
proper Spider-Man style.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, the game is about to kick off. Can we get a refresh on the stream just to make sure it's as crisp and as updated as possible? We have got it through Sky, but we're not doing anything dodgy. But sometimes we're still slightly behind. Good luck, everyone.
Come on.
Their goalkeeper's got the best prevented XG of anyone in the league this season. I think Onana was on that list as well, wasn't he?
Onana was third.
He's a good. What do you make of Onana? Do you like him?
Oh, nah.
Fuck off. That was worse than mine. What was mine? Mine was better than that.
Nah, it wasn't.
Here we go then. But the theatre of dreams, eh?
The theatre of fucking nightmares recently.
No one's ever said that before. That's really good. That. I'm really impressed, Ronaldo.
Hey, unoriginal doesn't mean unfunny.
Theatre of screams. Here we go. We've kicked off then. Nerve-wracking this. Just so you know, Dave, I know you got the thing there. If that's got a score on it, that's going to update before this does. So maybe turn it off until half time. The Statmobile. United pressing really high to start with, forcing a mistake from Tottenham.
Go on.
That's good there.
Yes, squeezed them a bit there.
Yeah, bit of a squeeze there, pushing up, doing their thing as well. Tottenham, as we'd expect.
Look, Skip's got the lapdog role.
Yeah.
You run, lad. Because that's his best trait. Good touch
Well
from Garnacho.
Really good that from Garnacho. I think he's looked good on the right hand side.
I actually think. I borderline think like he's looked better.
Yeah.
He always looked much better on the left at the academy.
Was it?
Yeah. He always scored his goals from the left hand side.
Interesting development.
Go on.
Wan-Bissaka's left back.
Oh my God.
Is that to play against Johnson? Is that to counter that, or did they think Kulusevski was playing? I have no idea.
That is weird. Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen him play left back. Have you?
No, I think that's the first time.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka is playing left back. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very interesting that, because they've got I think Brennan Johnson on the right and but Werner on the left. Sort of as we're looking at it now.
Yeah, maybe to deal with Johnson, he's a little bit more direct but from like a progressive standpoint, I don't know about Wan-Bissaka's weak foot.
Yeah. No, I don't know about that either.
On Mainu.
How we're going to play out from the back there. Good play from United. Slightly overhit pass there from Dalot.
Played out really well.
He's given a free kick there.
Played out really decently well there, but Van der Ven was just a little bit too quick.
Yeah, and Dalot's pass was a bit sloppy as well, wasn't it?
He's a little more confident with his feet the past month or so.
Yeah.
I think Bruno's caught him quite late there as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I think since in the league, that City game onwards, he's been excellent. Obviously, the Champions League, he cost us pretty much, didn't he?
Yeah.
He, if he'd have had just an average Champions League campaign, we'd probably still be in it. Keeper, good stuff.
We got away with that, man.
Love that though.
It's just a little
straight out with it. Love that.
Yeah.
That Van der Sar stuff. That.
Yeah.
Rashford's in, his touch was just a little bit.
On,
See,
Rashford,
this is the chance you get.
Box, cuts inside,
Rashford.
and again, hits it, lad.
Go on, Højlund. Go on, Højlund.
Yeah! Yes! Fucking get in, man! Roof of the net. First shot of the game from Manchester United. Fucking yes! Højlund with a fucking goal. Brilliant finish. I love that. For some reason, I just thought, we're not going to score this. We can't score in this first attack here. Rashford got in a brilliant position. I want to look at who played that ball to him. That was a fantastic pass. He sort of did a little bit too much, didn't he, Rashford?
Bruno, proper roof of the net job there.
Yeah, he just absolutely blasted that in the top corner, didn't he? Can we get one more volume, please? Or is it come through Dave's mic? Okay. Rashford clearly onside. We don't need to worry about that. Who was it? Bruno, did you say?
Yeah, Bruno to Rashford.
Yeah.
Caught inside.
It looks
like Højlund got in the way, didn't he?
He did, and then just takes two touches, and it's...
Yeah, I'm not saving that.
No, it's in the net before the keeper reacts that. He hits it about 1,000 miles an hour there. No chance for any keeper, is there? He barely even saw it. Brilliant goal. Yeah.
Just out with his feet there. Well, he's hit that.
Crikey.
So good. Such a good strike.
Yeah, such a good strike. And he couldn't go across goal either, could he? Had to find that. He just hit it so hard, there's no possible chance of saving it. Bloody hell.
It's the start we needed.
Yeah, people in the comments, what a finish. Højlund hat-trick incoming. Let's build, says Dancy. Wan-Bissaka playing left-back. Looks like it, yeah. Look at that, look now, the graphic for Højlund, where 2 games ago, it was not scored in the Premier League. Now it's scored in the last 2 Premier League games. Dave?
When he got the ball there, that was his first touch of the game.
Was it? Look at that. I mean, it's only 2 minutes into it, makes sense, but still, good, perfect way to start that. Because the theme for United in big games has been missing chances. So, I mean, we could still go on to miss a handful of chances, but at least we've scored the first one. That's crucial.
Now we just got to keep them out.
Yeah, and we're not going to do that with sloppy passing like that. Well done, Dalot. Good tackle. He's just give it. Problem is, Dalot, so far, he's made 2 poor passes, hasn't he? That one was underhit. The one before was overhit.
Just a little sloppy.
Yeah. He overcompensated for the one before.
Yeah.
By underhitting this one and essentially doing the same thing twice.
Just a bit nervy now. I don't want him scoring back too fast.
No, we've had a bit of that this season.
That's the only thing. Sometimes when you score early, it eases the nerves a bit, but also it's like you've got a lot of time to fuck it up.
Yeah. now we've got something to hold on to.
Yes.
You're not chasing, you're sort of holding. Which United, one thing I want to talk about before the game, we didn't get around to it. How, let's wait for them to take this corner, headed away. How bad we've been at protecting leads when we've lost the momentum. Like, it's been so poor this season, hasn't it? Like, basically, if you look, I mean, the City game, was it City game? No, in the Champions League is a good example.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did it twice. We did it against Galatasaray. We did it against.
Feels like we always give
as
a team a chance, don't we?
We always give a team a chance, and they're looking good here. Tottenham, ball squared.
Evans always in the right position.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, United's
Johnson.
inability to hold on to games, and that's another reason why we've not drawn.
What a pass!
We've barely drawn any games.
I think Johnson just ran off Wan-Bissaka. That we played out really well. Good little deft pass from Mainu.
Oh, brilliant.
Dallo on the overlap.
Dallo overlapping.
Oof, unlucky. Really good pass from Mainu there. But yeah, the fact that we either win or we lose isn't necessarily.
Yeah,
a
it
good
was a
thing,
while
is
since
it?
we even had a draw in it. It was we were very opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah,
Team of the extremes.
I know. It's a shame, really, isn't it? Corner to United. Come on, man. We'll get 2 more goals before half time, and we might have half a chance of getting a draw.
Does look like it's going to be a game of chances, though.
Yeah, it does. A lot of back and forth, isn't it? United have played out well from the back, though. I will say that. A couple of times where Tottenham have looked really pressing high, and we've got through those lines quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, corner to United.
Ooh,
I like that. Good on you. Genevra's just dropping an elbow.
Little spinning. I know, it never looked like.
I thought he
Little spinning elbow job from Johnny Evans.
Evans just sort of turning with his elbow into Højbjerg's face. Would you have had him at United? Remember we were linked with him, weren't we, Højbjerg, last season when we got
I was always one of them that kind of actually rated
Sabitzer.
Højbjerg.
Yeah, me too.
Like I think he's decent.
He was a weird player because
Tottenham fans don't really rate him though.
well, they did at first. Didn't we used to play like 50 games a season for him, and then Conte came in and was like, "No, you're shit, mate."
Because then he was wanted by Bayern, and then I don't know. They like fell out of thingy a bit though. He's fell out of favour a little bit. I think he's fell on a pecking order. I think he's only really playing today because of the injuries they've got in midfield.
Yeah. Bayern are weird, aren't they? Because they want it's Paulinho, don't they? They want, and they were interested in Højbjerg as well. But they signed some players where you think, you know, like Eric Dyer. Is he good enough for that? For them?
I think
he will be.
I think that was a mates signing.
Do you?
Yeah, as in
what, like we buy a second dog so the first dog settles in?
As in
We
Harry
need
Kane.
2 goldfish.
I think Harry Kane's done him an absolute solid there.
Do you?
Yep.
It's a poor one.
Because that actually happens.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Guinea pigs? You're not meant to have one. Is it certain countries it's illegal to have one guinea pig because they get lonely?
Because don't they go on holiday together and stuff like that, them two?
Dyer and Kane?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You might just listen. I'm scoring all these goals. I want my mate.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst idea to have your best player as happy as possible, is it? Do you know what I mean? For what?
Nah,
3
if
million?
you're Harry Kane and the big money signing that you are, and you're basically breaking all sorts of records, you do have enough power to be like, yo, you want a bit of centre half depth? You can come on the cheap. Sign my mate Eric Dyer, please.
He's a good player. He's good enough to win us games
and they'll do
against
it, yes, and
Frankfurt.
and they and they will do it.
Yeah.
That was the only first concern there. Porro just burst through the middle.
Yeah.
See that
shots
stats
without
scoring in the Premier League this season. Pop shot Porro, yeah.
It must be. What did you make of the Newcastle City game yesterday?
I thought it was a really good game. Come on, Meany. I thought it was like a really good game. It's just City in it. Like they just get through with individual bits of brilliance by some of the world class players that they have.
Yeah.
With Kevin De Bruyne straight out of the lab.
I know.
Straight out of the lab in Turkey.
That touch and goal from Bob was good as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know where they spawned him from, but
I know, yeah.
to be fair, they are going to hit it right as well, because you know, like what Chelsea and City are like, they do monopolise a little bit of the academy industry. You know, like Oscar Bob will come across like an academy graduate, but it would have been someone that they bought for like an extortionate amount of money when he's like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of that, don't they? signing sort of 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
But
shit, that was
there with
close.
the free header, the
Get
back
on.
post. Luckily, it was just at the top of his jump, and he couldn't get much.
Evans not happy with the low there, but yeah,
Power on it. Yeah, Evans gets dragged into Richarlison there. He's just out of position, Dallo, isn't he? Sorry, Dallo gets dragged in, not Evans. Evans is marking Richarlison, and Dallo sort of gets drawn into the ball a little bit there. The man behind him ends up with a free header, and Evans basically tells him.
I feel like he was always going to ask a lot from just go ahead from there, but still could have dropped to Richarlison. Oh shit, that was fucking close.
It was.
Flashed across.
Pretty much headed off the line there from Dallo.
Jeez, that was a good pass. Good defending, Bruno. Stop it. No, I didn't go out. He did well. Okay, we're getting penned back a little bit.
Yeah, we are. Tottenham just playing it around the edge of the box here. Another slide tackle on Werner by Dallo.
Loves one, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Loves a slide, man. Wonder if he's a bit of a dancer.
Well done, Johnny Evans. Fucking hell.
Wonder if he's a bit of a dancer. The electric slide.
Nice. Another corner to Tottenham. This is what we didn't want in it. There's going to be spells of this. I know.
Free header from Benton Core, flashing across. No one's sniffing at it. Good header from Dallo.
I can't tell it. Is it going wide or is
it's going wide, but
yeah,
if he's getting tapped in by
yeah,
Werner if he
Werner's
doesn't head
right
the ball.
there, isn't he? Yeah, a necessary header. Bloody hell, another corner to Tottenham.
How a little dodge from set pieces, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what the stats are, but they do make me nervous.
Yeah, me too. There was a free header there before, headed away by Varane. Oh, go on, Nacho. Oh, lucky bastard there, Skip. And he's offside, I think. Is that Benton Kerr number 22?
Nothing. That's so
Johnson.
jammy, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, nothing looked composed and elegant about that from Skip.
No, he just won the ball twice by accident. Two people tackled him from behind, and he still managed to get the ball out, even though he didn't know they were there. I bet you can't believe he's looked Jim Ratcliffe, sat next to Fergie. Do you think they knew each other before? Probably a little bit, just because of the power circles.
Power, probably, innit? Do you know what I mean? Up there, the high table and all that.
I'm not getting into conspiracy theories. I'm just saying Jim Ratcliffe has been a highly rich, highly successful British figure for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Well done, Garnacho.
Yeah, he did well to almost run a dog here. Doggy's probably shown himself to actually be one of the better left backs around, to be honest.
It's been mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
His sort of rise out of nowhere.
Tough tackle.
Yeah, it was. Corner to United.
He's only 20, I think, as well, and he's quite young. Looks younger than he comes across.
Sky looks good there.
It's gorgeous, doesn't it?
Absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful. Therapeutic.
A stunning vista.
Therapeutic.
Corner to United. Ericsson. Oh, fucking hell. But it can't be the first man there.
Get off.
Brilliant.
Fucking
Get off you. Get off, son.
Yeah, I was going to say that pass is on there. And so's the one over his shoulder. That's good, that.
Yeah, and Bruno was always going to slide there because you know what? In that situation, he ain't going to fancy himself with the race.
No.
So it's either I'm going to clatter you or take the ball.
Yeah.
Because we ain't racing.
What do you make of Johnson? Decent at Forest, wasn't he? He had a decent game against United.
Decent little player.
Yeah.
Causes problems. Willing runner. Someone you can't really switch off against. I think he's already running behind Wan-Bissaka once, so
yeah,
which can be Wan-Bissaka's Achilles heel.
Yeah, he switches off a little bit, doesn't he, at times?
Yeah, I feel like Tottenham settled into the game now after the gut punch that was Højlund's left foot.
Yeah, and United are sort of, I don't know whether they're allowing it or they're not able to stop it, but we've not really established ourselves on the ball much yet since that goal, have we?
They usually do dictate possession though,
Tottenham.
this season, Tottenham. Yeah.
Well done from Wan-Bissaka there. Play it.
Chop.
That's good. Now slow it down. Now keep the ball.
Go on, Maney. Well, I thought he was going to hit the big switch there.
Yeah, I just want to see United hold possession a little bit.
No, I've not really seen Ericsson's name much. Good play there.
He's running off the ball now. Big switch to
Really
Rashford.
big switch to Rashford.
Good touch from Marcus as well.
He told Rashford, don't move.
Ooh, decent effort there from Rashford. Just running into the goal line, squaring it across, and it's out for a corner.
I feel like he's got to the byline quite a bit in recently, but I feel like his cross always gets
hit
as a defender. Yeah.
Yeah. People are very good at defending that type of chance these days as well, aren't they?
Could you get a bit of joy against Porro, man?
Yeah. Corner to United.
It's about how well he tracks him, though. Loves to go on walkabouts, Porro.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oof.
Look promising, that.
Yeah.
Oh, Mainu. Get to watch Mainu play football.
Ooh. Wan-Bissaka there, just taking it all the time he had there.
Kimbuki T, what a pass.
Was he on side, do we think? I reckon he might be.
Did you just let it go, though? You see how Edison got injured because of that yesterday?
No.
It was one of those, where it's like an obvious offside, but they don't ref it, they don't call it.
They've had 2 injuries from that now, City, haven't they?
Edison ended up getting injured because of it.
Didn't a City player get injured because of that, like 2 weeks ago? Someone that an offside that they didn't carry on, and I think someone did the hamstring, didn't they?
We had that yesterday.
Did you? Was it what happened to your keeper? At Paddock.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he absolutely smash his
fractured
face
his eye socket and cheekbone, and then a bad concussion as well.
Jesus Christ! What?
He was offside as well, and the referee just let it go. He went up to catch the ball and then got elbowed in the face, and then his head on the floor.
Fucking hell! Let's hope for none of that. If he gets well soon, and that
he went also because he got subbed off.
It wasn't there. What?
You were a bit moody, weren't you?
What asked about Martin? It's a bit harsh.
Because you got subbed.
That wouldn't. I saw a man very seriously hurt. That wasn't really my concern.
Sure.
So I mean, that's would have been very harsh to say.
Was the man who was seriously hurt you and your feelings?
No,
heartbroken.
No, but
it's a good touch from Rashford.
And it wasn't from an offside. He got injured. It was from a free kick. I swear. It
was offside.
Crossed in.
Anyway, let's hope for no injuries for United today.
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, that's their new centre back, isn't it? Do you know much about him?
No, not at all, really.
No, I don't.
We'll see though.
Do we?
But like, it feels like Tottenham the only ones that have done.
I know they're going for it a little bit, aren't they? They've got Werner. They've got their new centre back.
If they didn't sign them two, it feels like they would barely have any players here at this moment in time. They've just been so injured all season, which is it's tough for a team that's like no European football, and they've just had usually 4 weeks.
I know. It's weird as well. I say weird. People was talking about someone on Sky Sports the other day saying, and obviously the injury to James Maddison, which is.
Have you got thingies on? Cause
no, not for the game. Obviously the injury to Maddison, which has been painfully unlucky. You look at Maddison's injury record. He misses 6 to 10 weeks a season every season.
Yeah, he was injury prone.
Like it's obviously
it's a goal.
Scored
Tottenham.
Straight from a fucking corner as well, like we were talking about.
They've
literally what we're on about.
They've looked dangerous from all their corners, man.
It's too easy, that. How come every time they have a corner they look like they're going to score it?
Oh, why is no one on the post? Always have someone on both posts.
Teams don't now, though, do they? What's going on here?
Easy as
we've got players there. It's just they don't jump. Mainu ends up with 2 men. Evans is tied up. It's just there's just loads of players there, isn't there?
Dallow's gone off the post.
That's it. Was he on the post to start with?
He was on the post to start with, and he went central. What's
the point in that?
It's the Dallow thing though. He's like do you not think he glitches?
Yeah, he does. He's done it twice today. What's the point in being on the post if when they score it goes in on the post? That's what you're there to stop. It's like people think because 99 times out of 100 the ball doesn't come to me, I'm almost not worth being here. You're like, well, that's what you're there for, to stop that.
Yeah. Because I saw it and I saw it went in and I was like, oh, do we have no one on the post?
I assume we didn't put anyone on there.
Because my thing is, I don't care about the offside thing. I feel like if I'm coaching a team, I'd want on set pieces 2 people on the post, because I think a lot of goals or headed goals from corners usually go in those areas of the goal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But Tottenham have settled back into it.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of the playing now, aren't they, United? Just feeding on scraps a little bit.
Come on.
Feels like we have this a lot, don't we, United?
Yeah, and just
we let teams do this.
And it's momentum scary in
Yeah.
sport. And you can just tell it's like, it's knocked a little bit of stuffing out of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting thing with an early goal. This 1-1 now feels more negative than 0-0 would have.
It does.
If it was just 0-0 still.
We're sitting quite deep though as well.
Yeah, they've got the ball on the halfway line and we're 5-10 yards out of our 18-yard box.
Squeezing up a little bit now. But
Yeah.
they've scored in 33 games in a row, Tottenham.
Good. That's the real trophy.
That's
innit?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was about to say a trophy joke, but I think it's bullying at this point with
It
Tottenham.
is.
Especially for a team where if you're not really an Arsenal or Chelsea fan, you don't really care about Tottenham.
No.
I feel like the other London clubs don't care about him as well.
No.
You
Loads
bet-
of space here for a shot. Look, it's awful. From Werner.
that whole passage of play was everything you think about when it comes to Werner.
Yeah.
Everything just looks so untechnical and not
Seems to
fluid.
open up for him though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we've got Johnny
And
Evans
it's,
out
and it's
here
just
on
the
the
wrong
right.
decision. To be fair, the pass wasn't obviously on. Ericsson kind of cut that angle off. It was almost like shoot, and that's the only option he really had.
Yeah.
And then when it's Timo Werner, and I'm not going to say it because
He's not.
he's
not smart enough to go back and sort of recycle.
Nah, you're
possession.
saying his finishing is not great, but I feel
Yeah.
like me saying that now means he's going to score. I'm scared about all that type of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Even that pass there.
We're just giving the ball back again, aren't we? Like we get the ball and we give it them, and then they get it and they slowly build up and they.
Yeah,
work
I don't
into
like,
always the-
and I don't like how vulnerable we look at set pieces.
No, you mentioned it after the first corner. It's been been an
th-
issue all season.
Their crosses looked very, the delivery looked very good, and then oh shit, delivery looked very good, and we just looked not very solid.
Yeah, Werner cutting inside, deflected.
Go on, counter.
Yeah, it does almost feel like we're, like you said before, we're trying to find the ball in behind too early, because we know it's an option.
Yeah, you get
We're like,
anxious
let's
about
play it in
hitting
behind.
it. Yeah,
Like we need to just keep the ball for a minute first, because if we don't,
shit.
fuck off. He's not going to get
It's one
sent
of
off
those-
for it because he
Nah,
got
it's
too
not
much of
gonna
the
get
ball.
sent
There's
off,
a
but
chance that he gives a book.
He's going to get a book because of the reaction from Brendan.
That's fucking ridiculous, that.
It's one of those where you can't tackle like that anymore though. He's got the ball. He's blatantly got the ball first. It was just his trailing leg that's caught him. But it's going to be a foul. See, that's like a great, honest, firm, good challenge. Got the ball, but he's like just caught him after it. But for, you
Yeah,
can't tackle
I
like
know.
that anymore.
They don't want that sort of tackle ball.
Opinions, the liner just give a throw in then. He
Yeah.
didn't wave his flag.
I know, yeah. Linesman just went with what happened. Oh, get up. You're having to get picked up by your teammate because you're on the floor crying. He's not even limping. Obviously didn't fucking hurt that much, did it? Free kick to Tottenham then.
Come on,
What's
man.
that? 35, 40 yards out on the sideline.
Looks like they're going to whip it in. Line's still high though.
Yeah.
Got back very late there. I was going to say we look a little bit discombobulated.
Yeah, we do. Headed away by Dallo. Easily picked up by Bentancur at the edge.
And he's kicked the ball away.
He's offside.
Bentancur going to get booked for that?
No.
Yeah, he is.
Is it?
Yeah, he kicked the ball away.
I'm
Do you not see
surprised
it?
at that. I saw him do it, but I thought it
Yeah.
was close enough to the play that he won't book him for it. The ref is proper. He's been reading through his manual on the train on the way in, hasn't he?
Jobs with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, excessive force, yellow card. Ooh, the whistle's gone. Played the ball, yellow card. It is, but a lot of times they don't give them, do
Yeah.
they?
Nah, but I think it's in the rule now, innit?
But
And
it
he's
has
taking
been
the ball
for a
away.
decade. They're always meant to do that. Kicking the ball away has been a booking for ages.
Nah, but it's more enforceable this season.
Maybe.
Decent beard though. Jealous of the beard.
Oh, yeah.
You're not.
I'm all right. Similar to mine. Who's offside?
You upset that, so I'm jealous of his and not yours.
No, I'm fine with that. I know, because I know deep down you're jealous of mine. Højlund offside there. I think that's the first offside for United this game, isn't it? Shows that we've not really been playing those little balls over the top as much as maybe we thought we would.
Interesting phrase, man.
What? Offside? Balls over the top? Is that your method when you're weeing at a urinal?
Yeah.
Get the balls
Get the balls over the top and then you're good to go. When you're potty training your little son.
You get your pants down by the ankles, balls over the top. Offside. Go on. Dalla.
Cool.
He's had such a weird game, Dalla, where he's done about 6 like really positive things and about 4 fucking brainless things.
Yeah.
Take
just a little bit slow there, innit?
I know. But again,
all I ever see Skip do is block and tackle. He's definitely like a...
He's like a robot, isn't he? He's like a little really fast sort of drone.
Look how much of a default character he looks on the pitch.
Yeah, he's proper before you started customising your character.
Number 4, no accessories.
Just too. We're trying to play the ball forward too quickly.
Yeah.
I know we like to do that. Ten Hag likes to counter attack and score within X amount of seconds and all that. But this is what you get.
Who the fuck played that?
The quality, Dallo. If the quality's not good enough, you end up doing this.
Got a chance here on the break. The issue is, centre halves like Romero and Van der Ven. They've just got that.
Yeah.
They've just got that pace to deal with the fact that their full backs go in field and they can get exposed when they transition. When you got 2 road runners like Romero and Van der Ven, they almost cancel it out.
Yeah, they were shown before the game, weren't they? Spurs' points per game with them both playing and with them not playing together, and it was like 2.4 points per game when they played.
Spurs were getting by in games with Emerson Royal and Davis as a centre half.
But it helped that they had Son and Maddison in that period as well, didn't they?
A lot of the time, didn't have Maddison either. It was more like it was very much. There was a lot of like Son save job.
Yeah.
Not when you got like world class players, you make the difference in games.
Yeah. Oh, Christian Eriksen. He's not been allowed to play much, has he, Eriksen?
Yeah, he's not really got on the ball much. No. Skip running at people again.
Now what? What's the next pass now? Who's coming to him?
There he is.
Shit from Garnacho.
If Johnny Evans was soft, he could have bought a foul there.
Yeah, he could.
You know like that.
Yeah.
He's hit me dead late.
The big screen.
Because refs do ref reactions, innit?
Oh, massively.
A lot as well.
That's why you never get a foul unless you go over. If the kick's the same but someone goes over, or even a push, if you go over, you're so much more likely to get a foul.
It's like the same as a Shaq rule, isn't it? Like where usually like bigger players, they get refed a little bit differently.
Yeah, they require more force, more contact
against them.
Not like a foul throw. Well done, Johnny. Johnny Evans, get back.
Yeah. Get back now, lad. Get back now, son.
First 29 minutes, Dave. What have you made of the game so far?
Very positive at the start.
Yeah.
And I think because it was such an early goal, Spurs thought nothing to lose. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
And I think we've really struggled after that. I mean, with everything, they just seem to be chasing everything down just like that.
Yeah.
And going for goal where we're just trying to get away on our counter attack and then seem to be doing nothing with it.
Yeah. It's like we're playing the game as though the game is 30 minutes long. Like we've got to get a goal now, whereas they're actually considering what's the best way to break this team down. We're playing like we've got a 5-a-side game on like a timer.
Well, the demeanour's like up to scoring the goal. I know it was early on, but like the 5 minutes after it, we looked really positive.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, the whole demeanour has changed.
Momentum.
And look, we're just popping balls in over the top, which is not. I mean, it's working here. Garnacho's got no space, but Rashford ain't got the left foot for that. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You just knew it, didn't you?
You'll get those opportunities. You don't know if he was on. You just let it go.
Yeah. He needed to hit it first time.
I had zero belief in his lefty. Probably onside there as well.
Yeah,
you know.
He needed to hit this first time. If it was ever going to go across, it had to go across now. Yeah, but he just he wants that extra touch.
Vicario was waiting for that, isn't he?
Yeah. Corner to United. A couple of counter-attacks, or attacks, should I say, in quick succession there from United.
Yeah, all the joy is coming down Porro's side.
Yeah.
See if we can almost flip the script. Corner-wise. Decent sized team, though.
All of our corners have gone straight into their first man, though, aren't they? That's the difference. They've almost scored twice from their corners.
For the past 10 years.
All of our corners have got the first man for the last decade. Free kick. It was the first man, but luckily the first man was our man on this occasion.
Yeah,
but
I almost wish we could have bullshit the handball there.
It still went into the first man after we got the head flick on.
Yeah. Was that on?
Yeah,
Good
it's
pass.
excellent from Eriksen. Good from Garnacho as well. Keep the ball.
Ooh!
Ooh!
The thing is, they're never going to give that, though.
No.
But I feel like that's a foul outside the box.
Yeah, was he pulling him back there?
Yeah.
Well done, Kobe.
What was Højbjerg trying to achieve there?
Yeah. Go on, Marcus. What you got, lad? Go across. Good defending there.
Yeah, see.
He was asking for Garnacho asking for a penalty for a pull. Does he pull him?
He does.
Udogie
Gets to there, but it's like
hooks
physical.
his arm around him and pulls him back. That's a fucking foul! That is a foul! Garnacho is literally trying to run to the ball and Udogie puts two arms behind him and pulls him! That's a foul! How the fuck is Højlund giving a penalty away against City? Was it fucking Rodri for a single touch around him when he's trying to run? And he literally holds on to him for a second and doesn't let him run to the ball. That's a foul, surely.
It is a foul, but like, I know it sounds weird. It's a foul, but it's never gonna get given as a pen. That
I don't understand why though.
and also, I think Garnacho went down a little bit theatrically as well when I looked at the replay.
Impeded him from getting to the ball.
Yeah, it is literally just nothing other than a foul. You can't put your arms around a player and stop them from moving. You can't do that. It was
very weird defending because it's like.
Because they were both stood still.
Yeah.
If Garnacho had been running already, and then he pulled him back, he gives it. Because they're both still and he stops him from moving in the first place.
That definitely makes. I agree with you. I think that definitely makes a difference.
But even so, that's just bad refereeing. You get to see that again. The player's trying to run and he gets stopped because he's being pulled. That's a foul.
Don't worry. Tomorrow on Sky Sports News upstairs, we'll get told off a former referee why it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, at least he'll defend it. He probably what he'll do is he'll go. I can't comment on that because if I say it's not a foul, you'll have a go at me, and if I say it is, you'll have a go at me. Well, why are you on the show then, Dermot? The whole point is to give your opinion, not to fucking not give one because people are going to have a go at you. And also, the other thing that I reckon stops that being given as a foul, because the situation itself wasn't hugely dangerous. Like, if the ball is there so that if Garnacho gets away from him and he has a shot,
yeah, it would.
If that's in the centre of the goal.
No, it would have been different if it was the other way around and he was going towards goal.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If the pull prevented a shot, I think he gives a penalty. And because it's preventing him going the other way, he's like, well, you know. But that isn't how the law works. Tottenham counter-attacking now, ball across, overhit, no one there.
Overhit. Gonna keep that in. Yeah, it's holding up.
David I says having Eriksen in the team is like playing with 10 men. Interesting.
Yeah, he's been kind of very anonymous. Eriksen.
Yeah.
He's had 9 out of 10 accurate passes.
Yeah, 10 passes in 35 minutes ain't a lot though, is it? But how many? Who's made the most passes for United? Have you got that?
I'll have a look.
Because I was thinking 10's fuck all, but I bet even Johnny Evans.
10 from Manu.
Yeah, it's probably a centre back. But no one for United's made 60 passes, have they? So it's not like Eriksen's way behind that.
13 from Evans.
Yeah.
20 from Varane.
There you go. So it's only 10 less than the probably the highest passer in the team. The problem is United aren't keeping the ball and we're not building up those passes, and you can bet your life Van de Ven's made a lot more than 20 passes. That's a shit pass though.
The issue is like Spurs won every aerial duel so far as well.
Have they?
RIP.
That's why they've scored from a corner as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been a lot of this though.
Yeah.
Shadowing us, trying to catch him on the counter.
Yeah. Does it frustrate you the idea that like the best chance we've got of winning games at home is to let them have the ball and win it back? Like, do you think we need to see more in terms of how we score goals in possession?
I think that's just where both teams are at the moment. Go on.
Sake.
You don't really hear the word fortress anymore, do you?
No.
Mattress.
A fortress is 4 mattresses stacked on top of each other.
It's a mattress because we just get fucked. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Stuff like that. Really good stuff. Frustrating this, isn't it? We're not even playing particularly like badly. It's just the lack of.
It feels like we just aren't really playing.
But is there 11? You look at their 11. How much better is it, do you think, than ours?
It's just not. I looked at the starting lineups and I thought we have a chance. They don't have a lot of their better players playing.
Yeah.
There's no Son, Madison, Kulusevski. I thought surely this is one of our best chances to have. That's arguably 3 of their best players.
Yeah. And yet, I know they've not made. To be fair, they've not made loads of chances, have they, Tottenham? But possession-wise, they're controlling the game. Although maybe we should look at sort of blows landed rather than jabs thrown. Like, we've been in their box and scored a goal. We've had a decent counter-attack where if Rashford had a better left foot, we might have seen Garnacho. But their best chances have come from set pieces. It's not like
that's where a lot of their danger has come from.
Yeah,
set pieces.
It's just difficult watching Man United struggle to get possession at home.
Just can't get out.
Yeah.
Also can't get out.
Yeah. But in terms of...
But they are doing the usual, though. They do try and force everything centrally through the middle.
Tottenham.
It's very like tight and condensed in there. Wow. I thought that could have been a bit loose there. Loosey-goosey.
Coach Zach in the chat.
Okay, now, man. How much space you want to give
him?
him?
A bit of space, yeah. Right, counter-attack for United now.
Yeah, he's not going to run Werner. No. I thought could he run it, and then I realised he's not really going to run Werner. One thing he is, he's quick. Pass behind.
Coach Zach says, commentators in the USA keep talking shit about Bruno. Haven't said a negative word about any of the Spurs players. The biases are ruining the game.
Go on.
Oh! Fucking hell, Udogie just hit the post with a header there.
Did his brain explode? Like,
hit his own post, should I say, with a header.
That was weird.
See, again, United looking dangerous there. I know, obviously, it came from their
almost looked like
player.
It almost looked like he tried to score.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I'm sort of torn between the fact, like I said, that the damaging punches are pretty even. If anything, United have maybe had a couple more, but we're not keeping possession, and that's difficult to watch as a United fan. But I don't think it's been terrible.
I don't know, man. Does it feel like we've had that many attempts though?
No, but
shots at goal.
You look at moments like that, and again, I know it comes from their own player, but
pretty much
we've had 3 shots, 1 on target, which was the goal.
Yeah,
like that wasn't really not anything to do with us. That was just a doggy trying to score in the wrong net.
That was mad.
Your Doji, that could have been.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now Johnny Evans is on the floor.
Yeah, Rashford. Ireland 1-2 with Rashford.
Goal!
Rashford! Yes! Is he onside though?
Nah, he is. He was clear. It was a 1-2. It's clearly onside.
I think so. Goal and assist for Højlund, and I think was it goal and assist for Rashford as well. They probably won't get the assist for the first one.
Hope Johnny
Back
Evans
in the
is
lead,
okay.
United. It's a really good finish as well, similar to the finish that he put in the other week. Just that calm, side-footed finish across the goal, bottom corner. Brilliant goal.
There's nothing wrong with that goal at all.
No, I hope not. I don't think there
wrong
was.
with it.
Dave, thoughts?
Yeah, good. I did.
Had you seen it already?
No. But once again, I'm glad we scored. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it just takes us so long to have a shot.
Yeah. We
did have opportunities.
Bruno plays that to Rashford. He plays it into Højlund, and a little
You know
1-2.
what?
Do you know
Great-
what?
it's a great
That's
goal,
a
that.
really good finish. That
It's a great touch from Rashford as well.
It's a great touch. Yeah. good touch from Hoyland, but not great. That first touch from Rashford, and to get the ball out his feet and put it in the bottom corner at that speed is excellent. It's a really, really good goal, that from Rashford.
Really good
Perfectly
finish.
weighted. Great ball.
Is that the first
finish.
time? Is that the first time he scored in a while?
No, he scored the other week, didn't he?
Oh, he scored. Yeah.
Was it he scored against? It wasn't Villa, was it? Or West Ham? We lost, but he scored against West Ham, didn't he? Was it West Ham, wasn't it? It's basically a side foot into the bottom corner like that.
Yeah.
Come on. We needed that.
Good, man.
Just last
That's
couple
what I'm
of minutes,
saying.
we've just been getting a little bit of momentum back.
All of their threats really come from set pieces, man. But big chance here for us to win this.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney's in the crowd there, just behind Martial. Who would you rather have on the pitch?
Rooney now.
It's good. The thing with Rooney now is you get 2 Rooneys. Do you know what I mean? Sort of
for the price,
weight-wise.
For the price of one,
you're getting that extra. They don't throw a few extra chips in at Five Guys.
Yeah.
You get Rooney and you get the extra.
No one's surprised
chips.
he looks the way he does now, though. Do you?
No.
Like he should be bald, like looking like that as well.
Yeah, well he would
be.
Because
like when he was 18, 19, he always looked like the kind of old fella you'd see in a pub.
He has had some surgical intervention when it comes to the baldness, though, hasn't he?
Yeah. We know I should have a beard, be bald, and be the way he is, like a real bloke.
Do you remember that bloke who that version of Wayne Rooney who came out that caravan for the World Cup?
Like that, yeah.
He's essentially become that, hasn't he? Rashford's
Forest,
goal was against Forest, not against West Ham. Pardon me, I knew it was a recent game. But the finish was similar, wasn't it? That first time side-footed. This wasn't first time, you know.
Come on, finally, just glad we got some goals, man.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's one thing with Tottenham, the way they play, man. Give you chances.
Yeah. And we saw that away from home against them, didn't we? We had, was it 3 headers, wasn't it? Rashford, Bruno and Casemiro all had really good chances. And obviously then the penalty that wasn't given, Garnacho kicking the ball into Romero's arm.
Yeah.
Like we had decent chances in that game. And there's one thing you can say about United in this game, which we've not been able to say about us all season, clinical. Really clinical.
Yeah, 2 chances, scored them both, really.
Yeah. I thought we'd look dangerous a few times, but you mentioned the stats there. We hadn't had that many shots, looking dangerous. But then, 2 shots on target, 2 goals.
One of them. That's Rashford's second shot as well, and both from the exact same position as well.
Yeah, 2 shots on target, 2 goals for United. I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
very good.
4 shots in total.
4 shots in total. Yeah, this is a very sort of un-Manchester United performance.
So the 2 goals, who the other shots? There was Rashford and Dalot.
Go on.
Yeah.
Bang that. Shoot.
Hoyland. Out to Rashford. You've got some space again here. It's going to be his
score
left
again
foot
now.
Pulls it across.
Score again now.
2 more. Shoot,
shot.
man. Wan-Bissaka's got no idea what to do in this position. Wan-Bissaka has not been in that position of a football pitch in his entire life, has he?
He's got to shoot, though, on the left.
Yeah. Just pull it across the box. Far post.
Thought he could nestle
Hoyland
that.
might get a rebound. Might get a tap in.
Literally thought he could nestle that.
Garnacho sort of almost folded in half trying to control that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Interesting pass out there from Tottenham because he had about 6 men this way and he had 1 man surrounded by United
and he
players
was
the other
like,
way.
We will not boot it long.
Yeah. Rashford there looking frustrated. It's a really good play from Hoyland again. Very good centre forward play. You just got to hit that.
Yeah,
Maybe he's worried about. Is it Van der Ven who's coming across there?
I think Porro's come across and he's
Porro?
thought, he's going to block it.
And then by the time he gets ready for the next one, he's got Bentancur right on him. It just looks a little bit trigger shy at times, Rashford, doesn't he? That kind of indecision. It's very good centre forward play though again from Hoyland. Goal and assist so far today. Johnny Evans!
Jesus Christ, Skip. Where did that come from?
1-on-1 here, Werner and Dalot. Dalot's not got anywhere near him there.
That was too easy as well, man.
Fucking hell,
Delos's cheered as well, you know. Do you see that? It's like, I stopped it with my aura.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Werner put it wide, but Dalot is not within blocking distance of Werner the entire time.
Look at him. He's cheered for doing absolutely nothing.
Get in. I made him put that wide by being fucking nowhere near him.
Yes. Never looked like scoring that.
He didn't.
See, we've seen a lot of the Werner we know today.
Yeah.
Good header that from Hoyland.
It's a great pass from Bruno as well.
Go on.
If United could get another goal during this sort of spell of danger, that would be absolutely massive. Come on, United, come on.
It does still feel like a game where we need one more.
Oh yeah, definitely. You talk about momentum.
Like a 3-2.
Firmly with United at the minute, the momentum, isn't it?
Yep.
Well done, Cobby. Keep the ball. Well done. Corner to United. Let's see if we can beat the first man this time, shall we? Yeah, I'll cheer that like a goal if we do. Even if we just kick it and the goalie catches it, I'll be up on the table with my shirt off. We beat the first man. That's the.
If you say you got to do it.
That's the real goal. No, I'm not doing it.
So you know it's not going to happen.
Come on. Corner to United.
Good time to score as well if you do.
Oh.
Beat the first man.
We did.
Not the second though. Not the second man though.
We never get it past the
Bruno.
the first post though, do we?
No, usually near post is the sort of the deepest we can go.
Kind of moving the goalpost there.
Wow, exactly. Nice. Do well there, Ronaldo. Oh, that was probably the best one.
Proud of it as well, isn't he?
Yeah, like fucking gone full Dallo with that pun there,
Yeah.
You made your pun. Fucking come on. I love that from Dallo. Just let him have a free shot at the whole goal. Yes, he's missed it.
Yeah. Ah, shit, they've got a corner.
Yeah, they've got a score. Corner to Tottenham.
Where they've looked dangerous from every single one.
Yeah, they have. I think other than one which got headed away by Varane.
Usually you prefer this to be a little bit easier because it's an outswinger, the corner.
Shouldn't be a corner, 2 balls on the pitch. Should be drop ball.
Yeah, the game should be cancelled and just the score is as it is. Right, corner to Tottenham. Free header.
Every corner they've looked like they've
literally just hit the crossbar from another free header, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Ball deep to the back. Oh, it's gone out to the right hand side. Porro clips it into the box, headed away by Wan-Bissaka and Højbjerg. Højbjerg sort of slashes it wide from 20 yards out. But again,
no, we got away with that man, Van der Ven. Oh, Romero.
It's a great cross, you know.
Mainu's man again.
It's Mainu's man. Fucking hell. He's all over the place, Romero. He's like trying to defend against a hair. Just fucking energy and movement there.
He almost devoured Mainu there, isn't it? Not sure about that matchup from set pieces, to be honest.
No. How tall's Mainu? Isn't he like 5'9", 5'10"?
Nah, I'd say like 5'10".
Yeah.
I'd say.
He's not small, but he's not big, is he? He's nowhere.
Not really Romero matchup.
We haven't really got many big players in the squad at the minute, have we? In the team, sorry. It's basically Højlund, Evans, Varane. What we booking Højlund for here exactly, ref? Other than just being near Romero. What are you booking him for? Lazy referee in here. What's he booked him for there?
It's a booking.
What for?
He's like barged into Romero, like.
The stuff after the
initial
thing?
Yeah, that's to start the handbags. It's a booking.
I'm not sure about that. I'd like to see it again. Should be half time as soon as this ball's kicked.
Shouldn't really even get to attack, especially where it is.
There you go. Half time. Manchester United 2, Tottenham 1. Get your comments in, get your thoughts in on that first half. Good half for us. Let's see if we can turn it up a notch. That's Mo Wada. Ronaldo, 2-1 in at half time, 2-1 up at half time. We'll get some stats from Dave in a minute. But just from what you've seen there before we got the numbers, how did you like that United performance? Who stood out for you? Do you think we deserve to be in the lead?
I think the game's been fairly even. I don't think either team's really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. I know that they've had a majority of the possession, they've had a lot of the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think they've created that much through open play, but they've been very, very dangerous from set pieces and corners. And we look dangerous on the counter and in the transition because against the high line, their full-backs like to vacate the areas. And when you've got Garnacho and Højlund and Rashford as a front three, you're always going to get a little bit of joy in the transition when there's space to attack. So I think that 2-1, the game should actually be set up better for United. Yeah. Because I think we're still going to get opportunities. Tottenham play that way. We're still going to get chances. But we do need to make sure that we stop them scoring at the other end because this Tottenham side are always capable of scoring. See how dangerous they look from set pieces. And I feel like they're going to get a couple of chances. And I think we can definitely win this game. They don't have a Son, they don't have a Kulusevski, they don't have a Maddison, and but I just think we're going to need another goal for that to happen. Sorry
to step on your stats toes, and you can bring us the rest of them in a minute. But United are 2-1 up with an XG of 0.3. We've scored 2 goals from... We're sort of finally trying to eat up that XG deficit we've been in all season. Theirs is 0.86, so their goal is relatively in line with that. But United have scored twice from an XG in total of 0.3. Dave, any more stats? What else have you made of the first half?
I think the big one, I know Ronnie said there was pretty even, but I think when they were on top, they looked quite dangerous.
Yeah.
They've had 63% possession, which is at home at Old Trafford. That's not good enough, really. We should be the ones dominating. Don't care who it is. Shots-wise, they've had 10 in total. We've had 6 with them. They have 4 on target. We've had the 2 that we scored from.
Yeah.
We both hit the woodwork. Well, obviously they hit the woodwork for us, but
yeah. Does that count as us hitting the woodwork? Or
that counts as us, but they just hit it for us. Shots inside the box, they've had 7, we've had 5. Outside, they've had 3, we've had 1. Yeah, like you said with the XG, they've got a much higher rate than us.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think they've got the better the stats and things like that. But once again, with stats, don't matter really, does it? If you're 2-1 up.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, Ronaldo, that United's most of Tottenham's really good chances have come from corners. The goal came from a corner. We saw Romero hit the woodwork from a corner. I think they hit the other post not hit the post. They had one glance just wide, didn't they, from a corner. Even just if you go take it sort of aerially, Werner had a free header at the back post that John Evans sort of nodded wide. United struggling in the air defensively, aren't they?
Yeah, we look not quite as physical as them. I'm concerned by that because we were saying it with each corner. All right, they're going to score from every corner. They look dangerous from every single corner, and with the deliveries that Porro's putting in, which are a class, we're struggling with them.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's been quite a few mismatches in that, and it always seems like a cheap way to concede goals. I think set pieces.
Like the aerial duels, there's 7 altogether. They've won 5 and we've won 2. They just seem to be more dominant.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
But the passing's been mad as well. It's like 260 accurate passes, 134 for us.
Yeah, literally double.
Yeah,
like twice as many passes. John White says, agreed, Spurs more athletic. Jack Stevens says, alright, first half, corners and set pieces really need some work though. Every time they win one, I'm expecting it to result in a goal. The ref has been poor, which is not a surprise. Never a yellow for Wan-Bissaka. And the more you look at the penalty, chance for Garnacho. Like you said, I think these days we've sort of got used to those Wan-Bissaka ones being yellows. For me though, just on the penalty situation quickly, it's one of them where it is a foul.
Yeah.
Like, technically, that is a foul, isn't it?
They're just never going to give that as a pen, but I said it straight away. Outside the box, that's a foul. They're going to give it, but it's weird how the ref it slightly differently. I guess in the rule book, it's not you ref fouls and different tackles differently, but I think it's more always been that way just for common sense, because I think the jeopardy's different between a foul in a box and a foul outside a box. It doesn't equate to the same type of jeopardy, so I think that's why they ref it not the same way, but I looked at that and thought that's a foul, but because it looks soft and it looks a bit innocuous, and just because he went down a little bit, sprawled, there was never going to give it.
It's annoying though. It's one of those things that it's Udogie in it who does it, and it's just stupid from him. He doesn't need to do it. It's one of those.
Weird,
the only reason they would give it maybe is because it's one of them where people are like, "There's no need for that. You've done something needless there." Like, he's facing the other way, and you sort of think he's done something. He's obviously just done the wrong thing. But I think if he's facing goal and he's stopping him having a shot, I think we get a penalty for that. But because he's running and facing away from goal and just trying to get the ball, the fact that he puts 2 arms around him and pulls him back, they don't give it. But I just think he's made an error there, and he should be punished for that by, for me, a penalty. But let's not worry about the penalty. The United's first goal
finished though, man.
Seen
a Højlund goal now. He's rifled that. That was some of the finishes that we saw in his goal catalogue when he came from Atalanta.
Yeah.
He's hit that so clean.
He has. He's proper smacked it. The keeper barely even... If you look where the keeper's hand is, when the ball goes in the back of the net, his hand's like here still, and then it goes up afterwards.
Yeah.
The ball's hitting the net before his arm's up.
So like
wrist if he's trying to say.
Yeah, it took his hand clean off if it had hit him.
almost looked like a shot in anger.
Yeah, he looked fuming.
Lovely.
And then we see there Tottenham's goal, the comeback goal. It's a very well delivered ball. I mean, it's a perfectly delivered ball, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's dipping, it's landing between the sticks. Like all someone has to do is get their head on that, and it's going to go in.
Nothing an eye can do either. Is that much
No,
of a cluster?
the only thing you can say is should he be on his line? But he would have to get through 5 players there.
Dallo.
Yeah, Dallo, who should have been
post.
on the post, has come off the post. And then we've just seen United's second goal here. Ericsson plays it to Garnacho, and Evans again plays it forward, and it's good from Højlund. Good bit of hold-up play. Then he runs back into position, plays a little 1-2 with Rashford, who
back to him,
does fantastically well. Rashford, that first touch to just set himself, not take it away from him, not take too much time, and then
definitely needed that because needed that goal from him. He took it really well. He's got a lot of the play. He's not always been always got the better of Porro. He's not always made the right decision, but when it comes to actually the goal, he's taken it very well.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a lot of our attack has gone down the left. That's where a lot of the space comes. I think Porro's a little bit weaker defensively than Udogie is.
Yeah.
We just need to exploit it. I think we could exploit it more. Because I think there's been a few threatening moments that we've had that have not resulted in shots where we've just not maybe made the right decision at the end of it. But I think there's more goals in this game.
Yeah, me too. I think just on the XG again, we mentioned it before, but United's is 0.3 and Tottenham's is 0.86. And then I see sometimes, and not in this occasion, but sometimes people say, oh, well, United are lucky to have scored twice, or United didn't deserve to score twice. When you look at any chance, it's usually, unless it's a really, really good chance, open goal, middle of the goal, penalty, even a chance where you go, yeah, people score them most of the time, it's a 0.3. Like the chances that in our heads as football fans are very good chances are 0.25s, 0.3s, 0.4s, 0.5 is a big chance.
Yeah.
So any time that a player scores, they're usually scoring a chance that is somewhere in the region of a 0.1, a 0.2, a 0.3. Like a penalty is a 0.75. And you think, like, oh, you're lucky to be 2 goals up from a 0.3 XG. Well, you're not. It's because this is why players have to take 10 shots to score a goal, because the one they score is a 0.1.
No, but we've only had basically the shots that have gone in. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I think
both of them were like huge chances.
No, they weren't. But what I'm saying is, a lot of goals that are scored in the Premier League aren't huge chances.
Yeah.
But what the way a XG accumulates over a game is by having a lot of chances that aren't huge chances that then turns into a 2 XG, but you miss most of them. So that's how it works out.
But like, it equates to the amount of chances, the quality of chances as well. Because from what you're saying, so you could have loads of chances that are very low XG. The team you're playing against might have half the amount of chances, but they're really high XG chances.
Yeah, I'm not knocking Tottenham's XG. What I mean is, if you have 20 shots that are all like a 0.05 chance, that still amounts to a 1 XG. But that doesn't mean that any one of those chances was really easy.
20 shots that are all 0.5 each?
0.05, sorry.
Okay.
So like really difficult shots, edge of the box stuff. 0.05. All edge of the box, really difficult chances. If you take 20 of them, the XG is going to be 1.
All I'm saying,
and go, well, you got to score.
All I'm saying,
really,
it's a welcome. After all that, it's a welcome sight anyway, because we've seen the amount of chances that we have missed, how unclinical we've been. Not a word, but today we've had 2 half chances from Rashford and Højlund, 2 players that have struggled a little bit in front of goal, and they've took both chances really, really well. And I'm happy for that. As you said, I think XG has a lot of law of averages to do with it. I think it's probably trying to bring the balance or bring it more towards
over a season,
more towards the medium.
But a game.
I personally feel like there's still going to be more chances in the second half, where I'm hoping that we do carry like this clinicality throughout the rest of the game, because I also think Tottenham are going to have a chance or 2, and I think if United are to win this game, we need to score again. It has 3-2 screaming.
Yeah,
there's a little 3-2 about it.
To who?
To us.
Do you think, what can United do differently? Do you think it's a personnel issue, set pieces? Like, I mean, no offence, but when you look at the bench, Casemiro obviously is good from set pieces. The other one is McTominay, who is good defensively from set pieces. Are you tempted with either of those changes, or would you leave it?
Probably are going to see one of those changes, 100%, because Eriksen's been a little bit anonymous as well. I haven't seen much from him, and Tottenham, for all the faults in terms of some of the quality that they're missing from the players, they do have a lot of physicality in the team, and you want to match up on that as best as possible, because I think we've kind of been exposed with it in set pieces. But I think Casemiro or McTominay are probably both going to come on at some point, just for solidity and also kind of matching up better with them from set pieces and just like physical duels, really, because as Dave said in the first half, we pretty much was losing all the aerial duels.
Yeah, I mean, 9 of the 10 top passers in terms of numbers in the game have been Tottenham players. Does that concern you?
Because we've been very passive out of possession now.
Yeah.
I think we've pressed when we felt like we needed to, but we've not been gung-ho. And I think we kind of like trying to like almost draw them onto us so that we can spring out and kind of expose those wide areas where their fullbacks vacate. And I think right now, being 2-1 up with a half to go, when they'll come out and even be a little bit more expansive, I think it's not the worst game plan.
What do you think, Dave? Do you expect any changes, or do you think stay as it is?
I'd probably say it is for now. I mean, Mainu, I'd like to keep him stay on, but I think if you look at both goals, he's been up, not at fault, but his man probably been the one who's to score it. I don't think Eriksen's been too great. Wouldn't be surprised if we see McTominay. I know people won't like Casemiro on, but I think with McTominay the way he is for set pieces, defending set pieces, I think he'll do a better job than the midfielders at the moment.
I know, it's a shame though, isn't it, that we've only got sort of one or the other. You either have a bit of composure on the ball, the ability to counter-attack, or you have defensive solidity. Casemiro at his best gives you a bit of both, doesn't he? But obviously we don't know what Casemiro is on the bench.
In a game like this, I don't think if we were a couple of goals up, maybe bring him on, but we haven't seen him play for so long.
Yeah, we've got a stat which has been going basically since the entire Premier League. It's one that you see pop up occasionally. If we win it, when United are winning at half time, they haven't lost a single game in the Premier League at Old Trafford. So every single time we've been up at half time, we've at least drawn the game or won. I mean, the stat in particular is games winning at half time at Old Trafford.
Is that
305.
So is that basically the whole of the Premier League era?
This is in the Premier League history. So for the entirety of the Premier League, winning games at half time 305. 305. Total final outcome 282 wins, 23 draws, 0 defeats. That is amazing.
It's more the win rate that's fucking scary about that more than the losses.
Yeah, because even if there was 4 losses in there, the fact that it's only 23
it's
draws.
very possible to have only 23 draws out of that is the impressive stat to me.
Yeah. Hopefully it stays that way today.
And we haven't just jinxed the fuck out of it.
But again, that stat pops up. I've seen that stat pop up probably 24 times in my life watching United. It pops up half the times United are up at half time, and it's not been changed yet. So one day it'll go, but hopefully it's not today.
What XG do you reckon that was from you, Doggy?
Probably I'd say 0.2. Set pieces.
Just devours him, innit?
It does. It's just too big and too much for him.
0.01.
Was it? The Doggy one?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting, isn't it? You can have XG on own goals, but there we go. The players are coming back out then. I don't think there's any substitutes. Wan-Bissaka, Mainu. No, I can't see any subs there. Makes sense to keep it as it is for now. What are you thinking second half? Do you expect to see the same sort of game, or do you think we will see any differences?
I think it's going to get really stretched at points.
Yeah. Do you think that helps United or helps Tottenham?
I think it helps us both because they've got 2 road runners in the wide areas as well, but I think Delo and Wan-Bissaka can deal with them.
Yeah. People saying, lads, it's Tottenham. Casemiro for Eriksen. If he's last season level Casemiro, it will be class. I think even if it's not last season's level Casemiro, or even if it was last season's Casemiro, the fact that he's been out for 2 months,
it's got to be McTominay, I think.
Yeah.
Because the issues have been winning the ball in the air, and to be fair to him, McTominay can do that.
Yeah, and it does. It pains me to say it, but you don't know what you're going to get from Casemiro. He's been out since the end of November. So since November, a month and a half.
And he's not used to this cold weather.
I know, yeah, it's bloody freezing. Yeah, people saying Casemiro for Eriksen. Joe's going to jinx us. I'm not going to jinx us. Sky have been putting that stat on the telly for 10 years. It's nothing to do with me. And also, think of all the Tottenham fans who have jinxed them. Like, if why would my jinxing count for any more than the other thousands of people who think we're going to win today?
Forgot about you and your little theory. Like,
Jinxing ain't shit. There's no such thing as a jinx. How many people's opinions does it actually matter? Is it just mine? Because, like, obviously not. Jinxing ain't shit, is it? Jinxing isn't a real thing.
That should be the new T-shirt.
Jinxing ain't shit. Here we go. Jinx
I
this.
agree.
Hoyland.
You know.
Rashford going wide again. He's not had much success down that outside, has he?
He loves a run off the pitch job, doesn't
I know, yeah, he does. We need to get him like a little mini runway so he's not always running down that hill all the time.
We need to get him in the five-a-side cages where the ball just comes back to you off the board.
Yeah.
What a pass that is.
Fucking
Jesus
hell.
Christ. How's that got so
I don't
open?
know.
That was a weird run from Werner. He just completely destroyed his own space. That was very weird.
Werner plays it in. Bentancur scores. There you go, straight away.
Fucking simple, so simple. Totally unmarked.
Totally the midfielder was unmarked. Werner was unmarked. Bentancur was unmarked.
I can't believe how easy that was.
Just a fucking shit show, that.
I'm gobsmacked. Talk about coming out of the fucking changing room sleeping.
It happens so often. That pass is it's a very good pass, but no one near him, no one near him.
Offside!
He's not.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Werner, no one near him, no one gets near him. Bentancur, no one gets near him.
He's offside.
He's not offside.
Ben Johnson put him off. Fuck. Grasping at straws here, I just can't. Alright, Eriksen's not tracking his runner.
I mean, to be fair, Johnny Evans is there. Johnny Evans just hesitates. Johnny Evans stops and lets him go past him.
And
He should never have received the ball.
That's
though,
basically gone through an hour of that.
It's just got. It's the
Yeah,
similar
speed of
thing
it, it's
to
the speed of it.
to the Hoyland one, innit? It's just over his shoulder before he can react. Fuck's sake! Too many times in second halves we've gone down.
I just can't believe that one pass from Romero was just completely, like, don't know, just one simple pass and it skips there, like running through, like with nowhere near it in midfield. Got to be more compact than that, man.
So fucking easy. That.
So easy. And then you've got Werner, who's got time to get the ball that was a bit wide, and then he took a touch, then another touch.
No one's ever anywhere near any of the Tottenham players in that break. Like no one gets near their midfielder. Dallo doesn't get near their Marcus. Dallo doesn't get near Werner, and Johnny Evans doesn't get near Bentancur.
He scored today, Rashford, but he has still done a lot of the usual stuff of head down, Martinelli.
There's going to be some of that though, isn't there? When he's coming back to form, I don't think it's going to be an overnight
part of him at this
switch.
Point. Yeah. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
There's been bits of like the old Rashford today, but it's still that lingering bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done some good stuff. Someone gonna fucking track that or what?
No way has that worked. He's mishit that so much that it's got like this.
Everyone's just hesitating.
No, he mishit that free ball so much it threw everyone off, but also it like almost like backspinned.
Yeah, it's sort of
Like
stuck in the air a bit, didn't it?
Yeah. They're the worst though. I know what it's like, Ben Johnson. When you go to kick the ball, but you change your mind.
Yeah.
Right as your foot's about to connect. The whole little.
That's too easy as well.
Too easy. Oh,
finally,
One
we win
thing-
a header in our own box.
One thing Delor's pretty good at, man. He
Good
defends
job
the
he
back
got that
post.
because there's two of them behind him.
He defends the back post pretty well. That's going out. And yeah, I could see it. He scored in the first minute of the second half.
The worst possible start to the second half. We did the same against City at Old Trafford as well. We let them score within like 3 minutes of the start of the second half. It's just ridiculous.
I literally hate.
And it wasn't like, scrappy goal or they had to fight for it. It was pass through the middle, pass to the wing, pass inside, pass in the net. No blocks, no tackles, no elbows in nothing. No resistance from United whatsoever. Like when you're playing fucking FIFA on amateur,
Featherweight.
the defenders just don't get anywhere near you.
I'm proper glad he didn't see Werner then, because Werner was in. Got inside Dalot there.
Did they? As the game gets stretched out as well, Eriksen's lack of mobility becomes an issue.
Yeah,
when we're sitting back deep, it's not such a problem.
Come off, is it?
Yeah, I agree. When we're sitting back deep, it's not so much of an issue.
What Eriksen's playing for is like his quality on the ball, but I don't think we've seen much of that.
Not on the ball.
Jesus.
What's going on?
Porro not offside there.
Corner to Tottenham.
Wait, was Porro not offside? He looked.
I guess not.
Because he ran off Rashford and all, but.
Been busy today, him.
Dalot. I know. Slide tackling every 30 seconds.
Glad he made it though, even though he was busy.
What was he busy doing?
I don't know, he made the game though.
Corner to
Surely.
Tottenham.
We'll get our head on one of the corners.
It's not going to happen, is it? They're going to score again.
I hate Anana's haircut, man. It's just too high.
Why have they not put that in? They've literally
I
won
love
every
that.
fucking
They've
had.
looked dangerous from every corner and they decided to take a short one.
It's like almost...
Never let them know your next move.
Yeah. Just done it to piss us off. That's too easy again there. So much space. Charleston trying to go for the Rashford finish there, but Onana saves it.
That was so easy.
Again, so easy. Look, pass straight through the whole midfield.
Got Romero looking like Michael Carrick this second half
I know.
with them passes there with the gaps that we're leaving. How's he got through there?
Hold on.
Go on, find him. Too lofty.
Yeah. Shite. We've not got near him, have we? First 6 minutes here.
Been dreadful.
Yeah, it has. We've not got anywhere near Tottenham.
They've just upped their tempo.
Yeah, they have.
Look, no one's near anyone.
I
What the
know.
hell?
1.03 XG for them now.
Yeah.
No,
Keep it.
I was hoping that weren't just one of those fucking cheap ass
Yeah,
corners.
corner,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because I've always noticed with football, it's always the cheap corners
Oh,
that.
come on.
It's corners like that, you know, the ones that shouldn't be corners.
Yeah.
And they always end up being the most dangerous.
Oh, fucking hell. Our passing's been horrendous
hell,
this
man.
half. There's two players he can pass it to there, and he just puts it straight between them, straight to a Tottenham player. Start of the second half has been horrendous.
Kept that in. Yeah, we don't look. We look proper disjointed now, out of possession.
I don't get it.
Like, they just keep finding the gaps. Look, it's like they've got an extra man.
They're just playing runs in behind, and we haven't got midfielders who, or wingers at the minute who are tracking or covering them.
Got knocked back a little bit as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, change got to be made soon because
yeah, I
it looks
agree.
awful.
Yeah,
So-
something needs
Yeah,
doing.
Only 5 minutes into the second half, though.
I know, but
Bit quick for a change.
no, I agree.
Got away with that.
You really got away with it.
You just look really weird coming.
It's grim, it really is.
fuck.
Fucking hell, man. See, that's a free kick, is it? But the one on fucking Garnacho in the box, which is more of a pull than that, we don't get anything for that. Look,
Timid in the
He was shit back
duel.
there, though, wasn't he?
Shit
it's the
himself.
same. But that's no more of a foul than the one that in the on Garnacho. It's the same thing. Because he's running towards goal, you get given that. Because it's not in the box.
Let's get some sprays for these.
We have some.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
For the older.
Anti-back and smellage.
On your back. Non-vertebra.
Nice. Free kick to Tottenham, who's the only team who looks like doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, good.
Fucking. It's gone out for a corner off Bruno Fernandes, I think.
It's been quality of his crosses because, as a right-footed person taking out swinging corner, it's hard to put a quality cross in.
It is. The crossing's been exceptional from the corners. Like, almost undefendably brilliant, really. We just have to have bigger players. I don't even know if it's a tactical thing. That's another fucking excellent one. Yeah. They're landing on that same spot every single time. Yeah. 6-yard line.
You might practice.
Yeah. What, a yard behind the front post?
Yeah, you weren't sure there. Not got going, have we?
No, not at all. United look slow.
We need to mix it up. He's got to make a change soon.
Yeah, he's offside there, isn't he? We look slow and tired.
Because even that, just Højlund not getting back on side, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
All of a sudden, United just look knackered. McTominay warming up. Not surprised.
Ten Hag's best mate. But it kind of makes sense. He's going to come on for Eriksen,
Yeah.
This is the thing, though. He should be, but I've seen in the past he makes some fucking bad decision and takes someone off. It's like Garnacho off or something.
Or Mainu.
Tottenham have had 78% possession in the second half. Something's got to change, hasn't it?
Mate.
Right. It's been 11 minutes as well. It's not the first 2 minutes.
Double our shots now as well. They've had 12, we've had 6.
Yeah. Another corner for Tottenham. They'll score again. They'll score again. Keep giving them corners, they'll score. They literally look like scoring from 50% of their corners.
It's even more than that. It's been an agonising 10 minutes, isn't it? This
horrible. So shit when you come out from half time and it's just not fucking working.
It's gone really flat as well.
Yeah. It's another very good corner.
Good. Cheers, Johnny.
And it's back out for another one, I think.
I think the way that we've solved it is, I think United have just put everyone back in the box.
I know, but that's
look, just everyone back.
Yeah.
Like Dallo there is no, he's not on the post, is he?
He's just
hovering in an area.
Sort of nowhere. Deeper one there.
Do you think it's also a little bit because of VAR? People are a little bit less handsy and physical defending
definitely.
set pieces.
Definitely. You can't be grabbing people and people were pulling shirts and all sorts every corner, weren't they, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
But then we don't seem to be benefiting from that.
Yeah, it's Eriksen.
Yeah, Eriksen off for McTominay.
Good decision, that.
Makes sense, doesn't it? You'd like to see Casemiro, but obviously he's not fully fit, is he? He's not played in 8 weeks, 6 weeks.
Let's go on the winner in.
I hope so.
What's top goal scorers do?
Let's see if he can make a pass first.
Go on.
Hold on.
I know. Choppy!
Brilliant from Højlund. Oh, well done. Really good stuff from Højlund, that. Getting a bit more energy in the crowd as well. That's what you want from him.
Good shot.
Looking like a proper centre forward there.
Off guard.
Really good.
Hit that.
He's quick, isn't he, Højlund? Because is it Van der Ven with him who's rapid?
The doggy made sure there, innit? But Vicario's...
He should have left it, really.
Vicario's collecting that.
Yeah. He should have left it. Corner to United. Can we look dangerous from a set piece for once?
Yep. Yep.
Too far. We beat the first man, but it beat everyone. Straight to the back.
Alright, so McTominay on obviously a little bit more height as well from the defensive set pieces.
Yeah. And hopefully from our set pieces as well.
A little bit more physicality.
Since we still want to actually win this game.
What's weird though, because you say that, but I always feel like McTominay doesn't actually he's not as physically dominating in his duels.
No.
As you think with his height.
No. It's another corner for Tottenham.
Man.
It's all corners at the minute.
Højbjerg get clattered.
Yeah, he got,
McTominay won it.
yeah, big heavy tackle from
Mark
McTominay.
Clattenburg.
Good tackle.
Yeah.
But easily, at the same time, if he'd have given him a booking for that, I wouldn't have been that shocked.
Yeah.
Because he jumps into it, but
That fall though was so
he
delayed.
didn't even give a foul.
He fell like on the third step.
Yeah.
You see that?
He fell because he was tired rather than because he got fouled.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
I used to do the old tie the laces. Laces untied.
Fucking breathing
Good
through
set
your
ref,
eyes.
man.
Hold on.
Yeah. Right. Get.
We're not that quick to get out, are we?
No, look out. Look, we're walking.
To be fair to Onana, then he was looking for someone to give it to.
I know.
Fucking no one.
Shit. Fucking hell. Square past that. Well dealt with Manu.
Yeah, did really well. McTominay in a fucking square of Tottenham players.
Ooh, loose touch.
Well done,
Go
Dallo.
on.
Oh, Van der Ven there. Using his pace.
I think Van der Ven loves that situation.
Yeah, he does. That tracking, being pulled out wide, tracking a counter-attack.
Van der Ven wears a quarter sleeve, doesn't he? Because he's not even like his biceps are that big, but it seems like his sleeves are like just below his shoulder.
Shortest ones.
Yeah, that could just be weird body composition. Oh, go on, Wamba. Go on, go on.
Shoot.
McTominay. Yo!
Shit. Just dragged it, didn't he?
I thought that was going in for a second. Crossed his body there, just wide of the post. Oh, fucking hell. Well done, Wan-Bissaka there.
How did Wan-Bissaka dribble all the way there?
I thought he was going to... To be fair, I don't think it was a bad thing, because if you look at Garnacho, who he's open,
Yeah, he's dragged it.
but there's no one in the box for Garnacho to square it to.
Dragerson.
Nice.
Actually, he had a little bit of possession since making the
Yeah.
change.
Heavy touch, Mano. What? Why do we have to give a foul for that?
Fucking hell, man.
If someone goes to make a tackle...
Maybe he might have smaller ears than me. She might. It's tiny.
He's got really small ears.
Yeah, tiny, man.
Manu's are tiny, Jesus.
It all went to my nose.
Lissandro Martinez coming on.
Oh, my guy. My driller.
I'm scared though, because who's he coming
Johnny
on for?
Evans.
Johnny Evans.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that's made us slightly...
Even shorter.
He's balanced it out. He's balanced out the Ericsson change
Yeah.
there.
Even worse from set pieces. It's really good to see him
I
back
think
though, at least.
I think
Lissandro Martinez coming on.
I think by the balance of it though, it's made us worse from set pieces because Evans is probably better defensively,
Yeah.
than McTominay.
Yeah, I agree.
You know. Be concerned if that wasn't
But
the case,
then
though, innit?
you would say Martinez is better than Ericsson defensively.
No, I mean more from set pieces.
Yeah.
He's always
He's
always
very proactive.
he's very
like
like he's very sharp off his line, Vicario.
he is. Runs away from lines faster than Jay these days. Know what I mean?
That one's missed me.
Jay don't do cocaine anymore, does he?
Don't worry,
Oh.
I got it.
Thanks,
yeah.
Dave.
Good.
Finally.
Yeah.
That was alright. That was pretty good. Second half, we've had one shot, none on target. They've had 3. I mean, it's not fucking 10.
It's not like
is
they
it?
peppered the goal, but
Yeah. 69% possession is the worry.
that was such a fucking sluggish start to the second half, though. Man.
Yeah, it was. Those first 10 minutes was just
disappointing.
embarrassing.
Yeah. Go on, no man.
Go on, Aaron.
Heavy-footed.
Bloody hell. Brennan Johnson just...
I
come on, you can't do
I
that!
can see that coming.
Fucking that's a penalty as well.
Ah, shit. I think it's just a bit too soft. You know, like similar to the one that he's done with Garnacho, where it's probably out. It's a foul outside the box, but he's not gonna give a pen for that, and it might just be outside.
I think
That's awful, that from Garnacho.
it is. No, it's probably not a penalty.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's not.
It's like a foul outside.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a dive!
It's a dive, that.
It's a fucking dive, that.
Diver.
Over your shoulder. All that.
Go on.
Look up, look up, look up.
I don't know, for some reason I never thought he was going to score.
No, I didn't. He just looked clueless, didn't he,
Yeah.
Rashford there? What's going on?
Someone's injured. I think it might be Rashford.
Fuck off.
What was
It's a
Oh,
doggy.
you doggy.
A doggy. Rashford there was so scared to stop sprinting.
I thought
that
Porro
he
was
just
going to
never
let
saw
him
what
go
was going
offside.
on. He needs
Where
a
did the-
little,
where
he
did the
needs
doggy
a,
get
a
injured?
chop or a turn or something there.
Where did doggy get injured?
I don't know. There.
Oh, there.
Probably would have disallowed the goal anyway if it had gone in.
Nah, I don't think that was a foul.
Do you not? I think it was close. Probably 30 minutes to go or thereabouts with the stoppage time.
I'd say 30 minutes or so. I don't know which way the game's going to go, because the way
No.
Tottenham plays, you've always got an opportunity.
Yeah.
But
We last couple of minutes we've looked the most dangerous we've looked all half. I do feel as though so far that McTominay sub has been for the better overall. We've looked a bit more control, to have a bit more control, but I won't, not dominating the game by any means. It's time for a chip, innit? Yeah, I get him in. Need a bit of fuel for the last 30 minutes.
mukbang.
Are you into that?
I don't like the way you asked me that, man.
The muck piece. Do you like a mukbang?
I think me and Makola one time on a watch along before we had 30 minutes before it, and we spoke about mukbangs for half an hour.
Yeah.
It was very borderline.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think the whole thing is very borderline. I think the mukbang is too laced with
ASMR.
sexuality. I think a lot of people are.
It's a food fetish, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the word bang is in there for a reason. That's all I'll
Yeah.
say. Go on, Lissandro. I forgot how small he is.
What was that from Wan-Bissaka?
Bit of skillage.
It was almost, yeah.
Oh, come on.
It was a hit and hope that though, wasn't it?
Bruno did that the other day, didn't he? Where he let the ball go, and then they went and scored at the other end.
Well, even if he
Yeah.
got hold of it, then nowhere he's going with it.
No.
Gosh. Jammy twats. What a ball, though.
Come on, get near him, Dallo. Corner.
Is that like the 40th corner of the game for them?
They've had. Let's find it. Fuck's sake.
Okay, now, man. Corner galore. I feel like that was a chance, if he cut that out. It was like a 4v4 if he cut that out.
They've had 11 corners.
No.
Just popped them on the screen.
11.
Sorry, Dave.
It's alright.
Sky
Yeah,
Sports
11.
doing you out of a job here.
Correct.
They're correct.
Well, Sky's correct.
Sky's correct.
Cheers, man.
Well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good. They got it right. Yeah.
Opta's correct.
McTominay heading it
McTominay,
away
yeah.
there. Oh
I
my
thought that
God,
got
I thought
deflected
that
in,
gone
you know.
Fucking hell. Another corner. 12 that'll be.
Look at him.
He's got a real Tudor face, hasn't he?
Tudor times.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Proper
Old
old
school.
medieval British. I know Tudor went medieval, but you know what I mean? He's got a... You can imagine him
Yeah.
with
With
a
a
suit
ruff
of armour that's slightly too big for him. Or a little ruff, yeah.
A little ruffian.
It's the shape of the head.
With the tights.
Yeah, yeah. What are they called? Little pantaloons.
Flailing an Excalibur.
Jeez.
You see, he looks like if he did another sport, it'd be fencing.
Yeah. See, when you see stuff like that, you think, I could be a professional footballer. I could do that. Højbjerg just running toward the ball and then
That's
just fell
falling
over
over.
on the spot.
Wait, is it a VAR check? Nah, probably
I
not.
might get a slam for this. Is there a case to be made for 20 minutes of Anthony?
No.
No?
Garnacho's not had no joy though against you, doggy.
Yeah, and he's looking a bit more tired to me, Garnacho, now.
But you'd expect that, man. Like,
yeah, you would, but maybe get someone on
I
the
said
inside.
you'd expect it as in he's been very, very good this season.
Yeah.
The young number 38 for Tottenham. It's mad though when you see them two players together and they're basically around the same age.
Yeah.
They just don't look it.
No.
Give Palestri a go.
Would you?
Be more energetic.
Maybe. But again, we've not seen much output from Palestri either, have we?
Yeah, I think Palestri's. He's
Not a huge fan.
I'm gonna say the kid's word. He's mid.
You think?
You used the word mid.
Do I?
Yeah.
Only if I'm talking about
Woo! Oh, close them.
a central midfielder. I don't really say he's mid. He's washed.
He's washed. Is that another one?
I don't typically say that. He's washed. That was cold. I don't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's washed, bro.
He just got cooked. Maybe I should start saying it. Maybe that'll just, tip me over the edge. Everyone would love it.
Cooked him.
Oh, come on.
Ratioed. I've not seen that on Twitter for a while, I think that's gone,
What,
Where
ratio?
people used
Used
to
to
just reply to stuff ratio. And then get more likes
and
in the
hope
post.
that people like their post. It's a real going out on a limb fucking.
It is. It's a gamble.
thing
But
to
when
do.
it comes off, it's funny. It looks funny because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's so ridiculous.
yeah.
And it's sometimes even better where the original post will have 2,000 likes and the one that's saying ratio will just have 60. I like that as well.
What?
It's not even close.
Pass.
Yeah.
Okay, no rappers.
Brilliant from Martinez again there. Offside.
He
Rashford.
got caught as well for his troubles. Right, who's that?
No. It's a linesman and that's all you need to know. We're not looking at anyone else.
Yeah. I don't know why she actually look kind of familiar. It's probably a high chance, I know.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Rashford staying down. He don't look hugely injured, does he? He's up and he's running about. I think he's okay. He always seems like he's every game he plays, he's in some sort of leg pain, isn't he? What do you think that's about? I think it's just
attacking players at that level, man. You take a lot of nicks and hits. A lot of them aren't going to injure you, but they take that toll.
What's happening here?
The rest.
Why is the ref's shirt so tight on the arm? Do you think it's to give
They
them
always
a
do
level of
it.
authority?
They always do
they
it.
look muscly?
They make all the referees look like they pump iron.
Yeah, they do. I think it might be an authority thing. I bet they get it from the army or something.
Some sort of psychology about the big of the bicep.
They've always got stuff in the shoulders, probably just equipment and stuff. But they never use it. You never see a ref go into his shoulder throw, and yet it gives him this
maybe there's
little
big
muscular
water
presence.
pass.
80s action film and his packet of cigarettes.
Yeah, you just see fucking what's his name, Thingy Atwell, just whipping a ciggy out
with a snake tattoo on his arm.
Yeah.
Is it to be a referee? You've got to have a really boring full name. Think about all they've always got Stuart Atwell, Howard Webb, Michael.
Howard Webb's not bad. Howard Webb sounds
Webb could be
like Charlotte's Web, the sequel.
Michael Oliver.
Anthony Taylor.
Come on, it's
this
like
is John Brooks.
your name's got to be peak Brexit to be
Kevin Friend.
Yeah, Kevin Friend's one of it. All the full names of referees.
Kevin Friend is good. Martin Atkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
because they're all white English men, aren't they? Essentially, that's why it is that. There's no real variety at all.
Wrote the mould though, didn't he?
Yeah, Uriah Rennie, but when was that? 25 years ago. Most of them are white English men who tend to have names like John Brooks and Simon Hooper. Do you know what I mean? Of course he's going to have names like Darren England. How is that a fucking name? That's the best one, isn't it? Darren England. What a name. Johnny English.
People could be darts players.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why. Right. Come on then, 15 minutes to go. Would you take a 2-2 now?
Yeah.
Would you? Would you, Dave?
Yeah,
but then
I don't want it, but
then
they look like more like.
But then you'll be
Tottenham
disappointed
so
by the
yeah,
fact
you'd
that.
take it.
Keep up.
Shit, that was a chance, you know. Fucking glad he overhit that. But it's just the fact that I also feel like Tottenham are there for the taking today with the players that they've got missing. That's the disappointment part of it.
Yeah. It's like their system is still as good as it would be normally, but the sort of finishing.
He's just
sort of finishing touches.
He's always ready for that, isn't it?
Hoyland. Oh yeah, their keeper.
Yeah.
He has to be. For them to play this sort of system, you have to have a keeper like that.
Yeah.
That's why United struggled a little bit. With De Gea.
That pass was so obvious. Yeah, he did look like he went a yard early.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised he normally let it go a little bit longer than that.
Yeah.
But it did look like he went a bit early.
It's close. It's close one to say.
I was looking at the lines of the pitch. It looked like he.
The problem is we've got two fullbacks who aren't. What's the best way of saying it? Sort of innately the most switched on when it comes to stuff like offside traps. We've got they're a little bit ball watchy, aren't they, at times?
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka and Dello. Sort of lapses in concentration.
Right, final 15 minutes or so, man. It's about which team kind of like goes for it and what team kind of like tries to say, "Oh, we take the draw." Fucking no, man. Touch.
Ten Hag's so desperate to get Martinez on, isn't he? Like, how often do you just see a centre-back substitution like halfway through a game for no reason other than it's just I love him.
It's a foul.
He's my best mate.
Well, we've got away with it. Fucking hell. That's what I missed about Martinez. He's so aggressive, but also because of his height, he gets away with it.
Yeah, he's got the opposite of the
He's
Shaq
got the
thing,
opposite of the Shaq thing.
Yeah. Like, Fellaini's the worst I've ever seen for that. He would get fouls given against him that weren't fouls and bookings that weren't bookings all the time because he's a big, gangly, sort of silly-looking bloke. See, really, look at this, look.
Rashford, do you want to
four
score?
players in the
Rashford,
box.
do you want to score? Do you want to score, Rashford? Just hanging out there.
I know. That cross has to be absolutely pinpoint perfect for us to have any chance there. We've got one player in the box. Corner to United, come on, we get a few more in the box now.
Come on, man. I think that one corner's going to go our way.
Gone deep again.
Go on. Oh, shit.
Just don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it.
Buy a foul if you can.
Brilliant. Udogie did brilliantly as well.
Just uses. I feel like it's more just physicality, innit?
Yeah, he's just
and he's quite
quick and strong and fucking hard to play against, isn't he? Yeah. Like there, he literally just body's gone at you off the ball, doesn't he? Oh. Hold on.
Good defending, man. He eased him out.
And Onana was in a good spot as well there. This is what we're talking about when the game getting stretched. What have we got now? Hold on, Bruno. Man on.
Smash you. Yeah.
Fucking hell, Marcus. How fucking long do you want on the ball there? Do you not know that they like to press and push? You can't take 5-6 seconds on the ball.
Fucking hell. Got a corner out of nothing though.
He's looking tired now, isn't he, Rashford? Another corner, United.
You know, you see Romero coming like that, you just know he in his mind it's, I'm going to wipe this guy out or get the ball.
Yeah. Either way, I'm going
and he's
to
like,
get to
he's
that
jumped
ball.
into the second one semi two-footed as well. You know, like the 50-50 with Bruno there. Martinez header. 3-2.
Corner to United.
Is that a drone? I don't know. I thought he got...
For what?
For what?
Oh, get over it, Richarlison.
I think he took a clatter on the head there, didn't he? Alan Martin yesterday. Well, That apparently I wasn't bothered that he got hurt.
Fucking touch his head.
Not much though. But yeah, he's holding his head here. Look, what touches his head?
According to Dave.
What touches his head except the fucking ball? You absolute bellend.
He's bored, isn't he?
Yeah. Timo Werner going off. Now we can slag off his finishing because he didn't score.
For who? Brian Hill. Come on, we can't concede anything to Brian Hill.
The
man.
fifth Beatle.
Every time I watched him, he looks like an under 8 playing under 12s.
Yeah. He's got a little of the
Like he's about 9 stone.
He'd pull off a pole neck, wouldn't
He's about 9 stone. And always just looks dead erratic.
Oof.
Right, I've got Tony on there now. To signify
Having Tony
everything.
back on the. Oh, go on then.
Go on then. Good through ball that from good touch. Good feet. Play it through.
Just take it into your stride. Go out wide. Like trying to find this amazing touch that gets you through all of their defenders and puts you through on
Just
goal.
needs to slow down sometimes.
Yeah.
Rashford needs a bit, like a tiny bit of Mainu's kind of like relaxed nature. Sometimes everything just looks like a little bit too
Just forced.
tetchy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like there.
Anxious.
It looked to me like he's trying to get through all of their defenders with a single touch. Or like, how do I score? Like, just don't score now. Go out wide, keep possession, come back, and someone else might be able to score.
Yeah.
We're so worried about like, how do we get there now? Faster, faster, faster.
Shit.
Well
I
done,
thought that
Bella.
was gonna like sprawl out perfectly
me
into his
too.
path. Hold that. Win a foul if you can.
Yeah,
Take a
you're
natural.
not going to sprint past him. That's
Yeah,
good.
paid.
Well done. It must be quite demoralising as a winger where you know you can't knock it and run, especially if you're a bit of a knock it and run
you
player.
can't think that way though. You got to think even if you're struggling in that way, you got to think all you need is an attacker though, which is why defending so hard is you just need one.
Yeah, will they take a little
You
step
only
the
need to
wrong
beat
way
him
or-
once, and then that can be the difference between a goal and assist.
Yeah.
Even if they've like defended you well the whole game.
How's that gone out for a corner? It's like everything Tottenham does, just ends up being a corner. Whether they have a shot or not.
Slightly weird. The way it's just kind of like one-sided.
Yeah.
Slow down. For some reason that song's just got in my head there. Bobby V. Wanna get to know ya. No one wants to hear that from me though.
Ah.
Up.
No one there, is there?
Come on, do something silly. Do something silly.
Do you think we'll see any more subs? We haven't really got any sort of.
I think Anthony will come on.
Do you?
Yeah.
We've got Anthony Casemiro's the other one.
There's not going to be a game.
Palestra. Hold on, Martinez there. Keep the ball, Marcus.
What
Hold
the
on.
hell? I was so confused.
That's all right. Well done.
I think he was as well.
I looked it.
So I like that from Martinez there. Just yes, we've gone backwards, but we've kept the ball, and now we're going forwards.
Bit of
Like
composure,
it's
innit?
like this idea that if you ever go backwards, we can never go forwards again. No, just keep the fucking ball for 2 seconds, and then there might be space elsewhere.
Come on.
Not giving that. He has. I'm
Right,
surprised
give
he's given that. See now.
I don't mind it.
Was it definitely outside the box?
Loose touch that.
Is that in the box? That's on the line, ref.
It was a foul though.
That's on the line. I think that's on the line, is it not?
Just out.
I don't know though. I think, do you know, because he's given the free kick now, I think we've got to ask if that's on the line. That's on the line.
No.
Rashford's foot is on the line of the 18-yard box when he tackles him.
It's out of the box. That
Is
foul.
it?
Yeah.
But Rashford's foot's on the 18-yard box.
Nah, it was out of the box. It was like it was about just a yard out.
It's not a yard. A yard's that. His foot's on the line when he fouls it.
It's out of the box, Joe.
Which bit was out of the box? The contact point.
The actual foul was outside the box.
But Rashford's foot is on the line.
It's not about where his foot is.
Tackled.
When he fouled him, you could see Porrell's foot to make contact with him was outside the box.
But I thought the contact to me was hip to hip. Obviously, they've not given a penalty, so you're right. But in my eyes, Rashford's on the line when he fouls him there. Richarlison's such a knobhead, isn't he?
It's good chances.
It is. Just don't hit it over.
I think this is a chance, this though.
Don't just hit it over, Bruno.
I think Bruno's going to shoot.
I do as well.
I knew it.
Straight at the wall.
Knew he couldn't resist.
What would you have done there? Would you have? What do you think he should have done?
I would have done the half and half. The one where cross it in the area where it goes in the back post if
no one touches it. Well done, Martinez there. See, he does offer so much that others don't.
Boom, that.
Keeper's getting that straight away.
Bruno just does moan all game, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you play for any other team, you'd hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, I think, is why he gets so much.
No, but that even annoys some of the United fans though. He just always seems to be moaning about something.
Hold on, Rasmus.
Who did
someone's got a.
Who did Dragerson come on for?
I didn't see.
Oh, fuck's sake!
There's been a lot of that.
Good defending. I thought I did think when I saw that I was like,
skip.
Was it? Don't get that side of him. He's not gonna. You can't encourage him to put the ball out because his own teammates out.
Everyone on the fence injured. Cramp. Oh yeah.
He's done well there, Bruno, making them stop their attack by making them feel guilty about their own teammate. He's done well.
Been injured, come back. High speed runs.
See, Anthony is coming on. Predicted
3 minutes
for Rashford. There you go. I think that's okay. Goal and sort of an assist for Rashford. So not the best performance, but the kind of numbers that he needed, isn't it?
Yeah. Got his goal. Aside of that, yeah, not much from him, but take the goal.
Yeah.
He's not happy. That coming off.
Well, last 3 or 4 times we've counter-attacked down his side, he's literally ran into the defender, hasn't he? So it's not like other than I've scored.
I've grown
before.
upset by that.
You what?
I've grown upset by that, by the way.
What?
The whole Rashford 1v1 just runs directly at the defender.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's annoyed me.
Go on, Anthony, do something. That's not something, is it? You got a right foot, mate.
He did something.
He did something, actually, yeah.
Just not very good.
Emerson Royale coming on. If you were a commentator and Emerson Royale scored, how hard would it be to resist saying Emerson Royale with ease? Like Royale with cheese or something. I'd say it every time. Emerson Royale with cheese does sound like a burger, though, obviously.
Emerson Chicken Royale.
Well, that doesn't make sense football-wise, though, does it? Emerson Royale with ease.
Royale with ease?
Yeah, like Royale with cheese. Like Burger King and that. All right, we won't do it then.
Nah.
We'll do a different one then next time.
It doesn't work, man.
Do you like Emerson Royale?
with cheese.
With cheese? Or without?
I don't like cheese.
That's a fucking stupid thing to say.
I don't like cheese.
Don't say stuff you're going to regret. You like cheese.
Only on pizza.
Right, so you like cheese.
It's like that Camp Rock song.
What? Do you not like
I don't like
cheese toasty?
But only on pizza, please.
Do you like cheese toasty?
Nope.
Cheese might be the greatest food ever made.
Yeah, cheese is right up there.
That's such hyperbole, though, isn't it, really?
Well, alright then, what is up there then?
Chicken.
Yeah, that's up there. So is
Chicken and cheese. great.
Yeah, Hunter's chicken. Got to get a tackle in there.
Don't lose
One of you has. Well
yeah.
done.
Good pass.
Foul. It's a foul. It's a booking as well because he's late there. Not a booking.
Kind of breaks up play though, doesn't it? Romero does like to toe the line.
Yeah. We've just seen some bits of quality from Martinez already since he's come on, haven't we? Just on the ball, just takes a bit longer, just finds his man right. That's a shit pass, but we got lucky.
The touch almost helped it.
Corner.
That's
Throw in. 5-minute stoppage time.
Can we shit house a winner here?
Probably not.
He would hit like crack. He'd be so Tottenham. Ooh. Thought he was going to give a foul for that.
Shit. Track you, man. Go, 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 go. Track him. Wan-Bissaka stood still for about 6 seconds then. Didn't move. Come on, get closer than that.
Okay,
Come
no,
on, let
just
him put
basically
three
said,
fucking crosses
just
in.
basically said cross it.
I know.
If you cross it if you like. Fuck yeah.
See, they're getting the ball back in quick. We want a breather. Played out well there,
Good.
Tottenham. United
Yeah.
recovered pretty well, stopping it being a proper counter-attack.
Højbjerg looked weird today in them boots. It's that he's got the classics on.
Yeah, the old Predators.
The Gerrards.
Yeah.
I think of Gerrard when I see him. That's probably why he's slipping so much.
Doesn't Garnacho wear like old boots?
Does it?
Yeah.
What, like actually old ones or
Yeah,
old style?
Tony
Oh,
Cruz.
like, actually buys old ones.
Does it?
Yeah.
Tony Cruz does that. Tony
Yeah.
Cruz says these Adidas is that he's worn all his career. They're like from 12 years ago.
Yeah,
And we thought I did the same pair, or
No, it's the same pair.
does he?
We must have got like 7 or 8 on
No,
rotation.
it's the same pair. You keeps getting repaired.
What Garnacho is?
No,
Or
this
Tony Cruz?
Yeah.
I love that.
Because I thought that because like they don't make them anymore, so I
No.
don't know whether. But then I thought, would Adidas, because if he deal and he's profile a player, would they make him just?
I don't
They
think
want the
for
latest
him.
thing.
Unless it's... I don't think it would be, yeah. They'd want him to wear the new ones, wouldn't they? Because they can't sell them.
Oh yeah. Very hard to have boots, the same boots for that long though.
I know, yeah.
They must be peppered.
The pictures are all perfect, though. That's one help.
Yeah.
They're not covered in dirt and shit after a
No,
minute.
I'm all just thinking just natural wear and
Yeah,
tear,
of
really.
course. Yeah, I don't know how they've lasted that long.
Go on.
Their keeper must have caught 10 crosses this game.
Yeah.
Weird.
Claims. Have we got aerial claims from their keeper? No
Oh.
claims bonus. Should
They're
have
saying
used that
that
when
he-
De Gea was still here.
he's
Shouldn't I?
not-
Have I not used
Yeah.
that now?
He's
De
not
Gea
made
trying
a
to keep
single
his no
save.
claims bonus. You what?
He's not made a single save.
Got in the driver's seat with that one, yeah.
Nice.
Johnson's fine, by the way. He's just trying to like.
Yeah. It was a good tackle for Wan-Bissaka, that.
Yeah.
Going back to Bruno.
He slipped. It probably is like a foul if he dropped straight away,
Get
but
up.
because because he tried to stay up almost. Charlison's hold up play has been really good today, and it never is. But like it's United, people like
Yeah.
at least one person outperforms their usual selves.
Gill.
Brian Gill, thrown into the deep end.
What's that? Is that a pun? On what? Gills? Because he's like water and that. That's not bad. Will he sink or swim? That's the question. Go on.
Get up, man.
Come on. Minute to go.
I was gonna say that. I was thinking he was the big man of the match in this game, and I did think it was Benson Kerr's probably been the best player.
I don't think it's been a United player, has it?
Yeah.
They've given him 7.5 on here. They said Poro's got the highest rating.
Poro's been good as well.
Because he would have got that from the assists. Go on. That was the chance.
It's a fucking
That's what
great
it's meant
cross.
to be good for. Fuck me. What a cross, Garnacho.
Just too high for him.
Nah.
No, it's not too high. It's not too high. He just doesn't head it down. That's fucking 4 headers like that we've missed against Tottenham this season. That's the winner, isn't it?
That was it.
You don't get 2 of them. Unless.
I knew he used up the XG.
No.
I knew he used up the XG, man. In
Yeah.
them first 2 goals.
Fucking hell. McTominay, man. There you go. Full time. Manchester United's first, was it Premier League draw of the season? I think.
No, we've drawn another.
already.
I think. I swear we did.
Chelsea.
Liverpool,
of course. Only the second draw of the season. 2-2. Weird game. United, I wouldn't say deserved a draw, but at the same time looked like we could have won it.
It was a very weird game.
Very strange.
Without playing well, you could come away from that thinking we could have probably still gone away with 3 points and nicked it. I thought Tottenham over the course of the game were probably slightly better without them being that great themselves. I think on the face of it, we got to take that 2-2 draw, take the point and move on, really.
Yeah.
But I do think that was a chance missed from United today in terms of putting in a better performance with against the Tottenham side that don't have Kulusevski, Son and Maddison.
Yeah, interesting. The players, no one looks particularly happy, do they? Tottenham don't look particularly happy.
Yeah.
United don't look particularly happy. It wasn't like even the Liverpool performance where we had to really sort of ride out some really shit moments. Tottenham didn't make loads of chances, but it was just United's inability to get the ball and to sort of keep the ball. We looked dangerous and we made some good chances, but it wasn't a performance where you'd say United deserved to win that. And I think probably on the balance of play, it probably was a fair result, but a strange one where I think Tottenham fans will probably end that game feeling happier than we will.
Yeah.
They've come to Old Trafford, which, you can say what you want about it, it's still a difficult place to go. They've got a result with a heavily diminished side. They've dominated possession. United could have won it at the end, but very strange performance, really. Dave, before we go, give me your quick thoughts on that.
I'd be happy if I was a Spurs fan. I think they were the better team by far. I think we had little moments, but at times they dominated us. possession-wise, they had, for me, better chances. If you went for that McTominay chance at the end, you'd probably say, Spurs would have gone on to win it if anyone was to. But I just don't think it's good enough for us. That was a weakened Spurs team as well. And we put up more or less, pretty strong side out. We had Martinez come back, and we still couldn't get 3 points. I just don't think it's good enough. Yeah, not great for Manchester United. But we'll get into all of that in the full-time review in just a few minutes. Stay where you are. You'll be automatically taken to the review. Ronaldo, thank you for coming on. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been nice. I think the last few times you come on, we've not won. So, I don't know if that's a bad omen or we can say things are moving in the right direction with a draw.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, apology accepted. See you in a bit.